These Archbold Blue Streaks in a big NWOAL matchup. Welcome to the Swanton Welding pregame show. I'm your host, Mark the Captain Bly. Spike Whitman on the call tonight, and Mr. Brian Babcock will be on the color. And again, this is brought to you by Swanton Welding. They've been providing their customers with the highest quality services for their metal fabrication needs since 1956. Well, we always start the week off with an interview with Coach Casey Moeller, and this week is no exception to that. And we'll go ahead and we'll run our interview, then we'll be back with our pregame.
LC Tiger Sports Live welcomes in Casey Moeller for a Week 4 matchup against Archbold. Casey, really good-looking game last week against Otsego. You kind of erased any memory of that really tough road game at Otsego last year where they had just, you had them 6-0, but that was a war last year at Otsego. This year, not so much.
Yeah, I thought our guys came out and really executed exactly what we wanted right from the get-go. Got the big defensive score early, which I think gave us some momentum and some confidence, and then from there we were able just to kind of ride that wave.
We talked about it. There may have been some slop on some penalties, though. I always like to watch you because you're very subtle. You don't give away a lot of, you don't get a lot of furiousness on the sidelines, but after about that fourth or fifth penalty, your patience was tested a little bit.
Yeah, there was a couple calls where we needed some explanation as to what we were allowed to do, what we weren't allowed to do. And
you provided us a nice hot dog break when one of your explanations was about 9 minutes long.
Well, the one explanation I wasn't real happy with. So
we could tell.
I probably shouldn't have, but I was just wanting to prove a point. But it is what it is, and I know we know moving forward you can't have that many penalties in a big game and expect good things to happen.
Big game. Well, shockingly enough, people knew this was coming, and it is here. Archbold 3-0. We are 3-0. There's been a lot of discussion about the big three this year in 2023: Liberty Center, Patrick Henry, Archbold. So this is the first kind of premier matchup. So give our fans a little bit of an overview as to what you see in Archbold.
Well, the first thing that kind of jumps out with them is their offense and defensive lines. I think are big strengths of theirs. On the defensive line, they run a four-man front, but they're huge with the two guys inside. They can trot out 300-pound kids, come off the bench with 270, 220. And then their ends are three-year starters. They go 245, 215. The 215 kid is very active, and he's a state runner-up in wrestling. He's got long limbs and plays well with his hands. So those guys are experienced. They're good. They're hard to move. And it's going to be a challenge to move the ball on them consistently because on the back end they've got really good athletes, as Archbold always does, and they run to the ball well, and they're going to put a lot of pressure on us, not necessarily with blitzing and things like that, but their DBs will come up and press you and really, in the pass game make you work to get open and use their athleticism to cover. So that's going to be a challenge. And then offensively, they're big up front. They go anywhere from 270 to 280 across the line and everywhere in between. I think their smallest lineman is 215. And then their quarterback is experienced. He's tall and lanky, very good athlete, very smart, can make a lot of throws and extend plays with his legs. Doesn't always look to run a lot, but can certainly move and get out of the pocket. And then they've got great athletes all over the field, and I think Coach Dominic does a good job of really using sideline to sideline, take shots deep, and then use their running game as well. So they're about 50% run, 50% pass, and you can't just sit on one thing. So it's going to be a big task for us to try to stop them.
Not that you're going to talk a lot about it, but we can all see we're pretty advantaged up front in line of scrimmage. We've won those battles for 3 consecutive weeks. Archbold does present maybe just a little bit more, of a 50-50 challenge maybe this week. But Coach Dominic and you are a lot alike. He's won. I've got him down for 46 wins in his last 42 wins in his last 49 games. The guy wins a lot of games, puts a lot together, a lot of good game plans. He seems to be, you two, coach pretty closely in terms of schemes, and his defensive scheme last year in a 16-0 war seemed to be a pretty challenging thing for us to overcome.
Yeah, they do some things where they take advantage of our blocking schemes and try to take away certain things and use our rules against us at times. And so, we got to be able to counter that and do some different things, and hopefully we have some answers this year that we didn't have last year. But it'll be a challenge to kind of see what they come out in, because they're a 4-man front, but they can move that front around a little bit. They'll blitz, and so you've got to be prepared for that, and kind of how they line up is going to dictate maybe what we're able to do.
Talk a little bit about Landon Amstutz. Obviously he worked through several injuries throughout his career, but does add something to your passing game, makes you a little bit more dynamic. I mean, I think prior to his entry into that position, you guys were primarily a run football team, which, that's the way we wanted to be. But does Landon give you some options and do some things for you that maybe you didn't kind of plan for coming into the early part of the season?
Yeah, I mean, I think his awareness is a good advantage, because he can pull it down and run it if he doesn't see something he likes, and he showed that on Friday. He had a nice run where his primary look wasn't there, and he kind of out of the corner of his eye could see the running lane, and he just took off and had a big gain. And then another time we got him out of the pocket, didn't like his options, and took off and got us 5 yards. So those are things he can do. It'd be nice if we could get a little bit more of that with him, but we're also trying to protect him a little bit with injuries and things like that, and we don't want him to be a primary runner, but he is capable if we need him to. And then there was another play where he got out of the pocket, his primary read wasn't there, and he took off, and he made a defender come get him, and then he dumped the ball to Colton Cruz, which was a little bit of an improvisation, but that's kind of what you get with him, is he can anticipate very well what he can get a guy to do and maybe open something up. So that's an element that we'll hopefully continue to develop and nurture a little bit. But depending on the game situation, we may not need him to do that, so we might pull the reins back a little bit. But if we need to open that up a little bit, I think we can.
Trenton Cruz had a heck of a ball game on both sides of the ball this last week. Colton has been kind of one of your main running backs. He had a nice game too, $127. But talk a little bit about Trenton's game on both sides. I mean, he just came out on fire, hitting people everywhere. He was like a missile. And then on offense, he just saw holes open up. Those 0-1 traps, he ran those really well. He sees the open field well. Talk about Trenton's effort last week.
I think with Trenton, I think everything starts up front, obviously, but he did a real nice job of reading his blocks and seeing things. And getting to level 2 and 3, he made some nice cuts. And he's a runner that is not overly big, but he runs with some power. He's not overly fast, but he can make guys miss. Very, very smart runner, I think. Knows kind of when to lower the shoulder, maybe when to sidestep somebody. But just did a really good job, and again, with what we got up front, he does a good job of kind of making a lateral move to get into to space. And I think that was advantageous for him. And defensively, that's who he is. He's a ball hawk, very, very smart. It's interesting, on the sideline you can't really hear what's going on the field, but early when we scrimmage Defiance and coaches are on the field, it was almost comical to listen to him and Colton yell out every play what Defiance was going to do as they came up to the line of scrimmage, because they were looking at the guard and he's leaning one way or pointing, and they're saying he's going to block down, and yelling it as the Defiance coaches can hear it, and 90% of the time they're correct. So he can diagnose things formationally, and just the subtleness of reading a stance, and is a guy back on his heels, is it going to be a pass or run? And then he does a great job of finding the creases, very much like what McGuire Vollmer used to do. If you give him a crease, he's going to hit it, so you can't get blockers on him because they're so quick into those open windows, and they close them real quick. We kind of talk about you get an open window, close it. Him and Colton both do a great job of that, and just getting to the ball, and he's a kid that is looking for contact.
Enjoys the contact.
I made a comment Friday. I think some of our guys are out there to hit. The game of football just happens to be going on around them. And he's one of those guys. He's just looking to hit people, and it just so happens if they have the football good.
He might be a good Australian rules football player, because those people just want to hit every single thing they can see.
I think he would flourish in that game.
Talk about your guys up front. This is a big week, obviously, against Archbold, and I know that maybe Archbold's size and their functionality up front is different than Napoleon's, who had big size. But our guys up front, they've been stellar, both on offense and on defense, and maybe you can talk about those guys a little bit.
Well, I think that's a strength of ours. It's a strength of Archbold's, and our guys have been getting better and better each week, and we counted on them early in the season, coming into the season, that they were going to be a strength of ours, and they haven't disappointed. We know Landon Bockelman is Landon Bockelman. He's going to get a lot of attention, and deservedly so. We know Seth Navarre has been stellar on that side of the ball for 3 years now, and he's going to get a lot of attention. And Xander Zeider's a guy who stepped into a role. I shouldn't say he stepped into it. He earned it. He's playing at a very high level right now. Talking to Coach Miller, he's very happy with his play. He's got to continue that, but he's playing at a very high level for us right now, and we're going to need that moving forward. And then we bring Noah Jensen off the bench, who's not a real tall guy, but he's a real plug, like a little fire hydrant in there who can occupy space. And then I think Hunter Spangler is another lineman who is just getting better and better. And Hunter's about 6'2", 6'3", 250, and I feel like he plays 275 because he's so strong. He's got a great base and plays with great leverage and is athletic enough to move and make some plays. He doesn't have great speed, but he made a play on the quarterback on his own read Friday that was very impressive for a kid that's only a sophomore. Very smart and intelligent, and hopefully he continues to get better and better.
I think your offensive line's been excellent too. Guys like Stephen Brogan and Goose Giesky have been really good. You've had good play out of your centers. When you've been able to put those guys on the field. I just think your offensive line also has a lot of depth. I mean, Nick's done a great job. Paul's done a great job. That unit really is unheralded, but has been the key of your program the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, and we thought we would have a little bit more depth this year. And right now we've got 3 guys rotating at tackle that we feel very comfortable going in there. We've got maybe a 4th and a 5th that we could put out there and probably be as good or better than some of our opponents' offensive tackles. We feel like we've got at least 3 guards, possibly 4, maybe even 5 that we can rotate in if need be. And we've got 2 kids that play center that we're very comfortable with.
So you're 2 deeps. I mean, it's legit 2.
Yeah, we're legit 2 deep, which I don't know that we've ever been like that before.
It kind of helps to have almost 70 kids on the roster.
The roster size does help, and with that roster size, it creates competition. And that iron sharpens iron, and if you want to play, you got to compete, and you might be good enough to play on a Friday night, but you better be better than the guy that's ahead of you if you want to get on the field in front of him. And I think we've got guys that worked extremely hard in the off season because they said, I want to play on Friday nights. We've got guys that work extremely hard in practice because if you don't show us in practice what you're capable of, we put somebody else in there to see what they can do. And if somebody gets an opportunity and takes it, it may become theirs permanently. So we get a lot of competition internally, but yet those guys help each other out too. Especially our seniors, they'll coach the younger guys. And it's like, all right, that kid's trying to take your spot, but yet you're helping him because they know it's what's best for the team. And so that's really good. And again, hopefully we continue that, and hopefully that offensive line continues to develop. And I need to talk also with the offensive line about Brooks Bainfeld.
Yeah, he's actually been excellent as well.
He's a kid. He's another one of those kids that is looking to hit somebody, and football happens to be the venue to do that. And Zach Weaver's come in and stepped in, and is getting better and better in that area as well. So, that's a unit that we like a lot, and it's really, when you talk about being successful in football, everything always starts with your offense and defensive line.
Let's conclude a little bit on this Archbold matchup. We all watch film. We all hear the street talk. We all watch the newspapers. End of the day, though, I mean, you look at a game like this. You've been in a lot of games like this. Your program's been in a lot of games. I don't think there's going to be any fear or any, anything, any apprehension in something like this. But what is your approach? I know you'll say it's the same, and maybe it is, and maybe it isn't. But this is a little bit different this week. It has a lot on the line, including playoffs, including a league championship. All things are all goals that you work for. What do you tell your team when you look at a team like Archbold, well coached, a lot of skilled guys, very capable up front? What's your approach this week?
Well, the first thing we talk about is this is a big game, a lot of implications. There's going to be a lot of media hype around it.
Right.
I've got newspapers, radio stations, calling to get sound bites, whatever. I said, but we have to block all that out and focus on our task at hand, and this is a business trip for us. Our approach to practice is no different than what we've done all year. We kind of look at it as from day one, we're going to prepare to beat the best team in the state. And so when you get to a big game like this, we don't all of a sudden want to say, okay, we got to practice better, because then that would tell me that we haven't been practicing the way we want or need to. So you can't just get ready for a big game like this the week of the game, and that's kind of our approach. Is we just got to stick with the process, and that's the main thing. The outcome will take care of itself if we take care of the process. So that's kind of how we approach this week. Business as usual, but we're not going to physically have to do anything different, but we have to be mentally sharp and focused. We talk a lot about taking care of our bodies with nutrition and hydration and sleep, because we want to be healthy and fresh for the game, especially with the heat we've had the last couple days. But mentally, we've got to play this game before we step on the field, and that's kind of the approach we take in big games like this.
A business trip to Fulton County Week 4. Going to be a good one, Coach. Best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, we're back here with the Swanton Welding pregame show. Once again, Swanton Welding's been providing their customers the highest quality services for their metal fabrication needs since 1956. And guys, it's going to be a good game tonight. Spike Whitman's going to be on the call, and Mr. Brian Babcock joining us this week on the color. Scott Barrett's on another assignment, probably out training ESPN announcers how to do color commentating. Guys, going to be a good one.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Spiker here, and, of course, Mr. Brian Babcock. Folks, this is a game that you preach excellence. You preach precision. You preach getting down to the brass tacks and then some, digging down to the depths. And Liberty Center's program has excelled in that for 100 years or longer. And now it's always that big game time, the game that everybody looks forward to in the season, the big rivalry, the program that tries to match you in their own intensities. And that's what we've got here tonight with Liberty Center traveling to Archbold to take on the Blue Streaks. Liberty comes in at 3-0 along with Archbold. They both dominated their 3 games. Comparative scores, you can't use those. You can't say, well, they were missing their fullback or they had 2 key turnovers. There's everything rolls into one game, and the mental preparation that it's going to take for tonight is both teams have got it. But I kind of feel the Liberty Center, if there's an edge there to be had, it's the mental aspect. The coaches are on it all week long. This group does not vary off their course straight ahead. So the matchups tonight are going to be very important. The offensive and defensive lines, that game, the offense versus defensive lines both ways, is going to be a huge, huge key to how this goes. Archbold, a lot of experience. Brian, you played some tough defense in your day. What have we got here? What are we going to see from Archbold?
Yeah, what you're going to see, Spike, is a very senior.
I don't get him.
Group. It is a lot of athleticism in the back end. They got a couple linebackers they're going to fly around, and their defensive line, very impressive. You got a defensive end, Mason Siegel, number 70, 6 foot 245. You got another defensive end, Wyatt Ripke, number 53, 6'5", 215, and then inside, that's where they get really big, really impressive. Number 78, David Oregon, 6'4", 320. And number 79, Jordan Massengill, 6 foot 320. So you got 2 300-pound big fellas in the middle. That's going to make the run game challenging tonight.
Now, let me ask you this: with those 2 big hogs, you might as well call them, how does that allow Archbold then to play off of that with their other defensive scheme?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, those guys blocking up the middle, obviously, they're going to collect blockers. That allows your linebackers to come over the top, not get blocked, and be able to flow a little bit easier.
So it allows Archbold to play a more wide-open, gambling, perhaps, defense.
Yes.
I see. Now, quickly before the anthem, Archbold offensively, Cade Brenner, the quarterback, second year, averaging 73% completions. They throw to a lot of people, a lot of short stuff. They can go deep. but they'll maybe 55 pass, 45 run. Obviously, we're going to be the other way.
Yes. Yeah, what impressed me about their offense was the balance, the way they could run it and pass it equally as well. You mentioned the quarterback. He can really sling it. He can throw it to all three levels. If he has time and he has a clean pocket, he throws a really nice ball. I think the key is going to be getting pressure on him, making him uncomfortable in the pocket. If you look at the running backs, you got Josiah Gomez, Lucas Dominic, and number 15, Jack Hurst. Three really good running backs, very solid. They'll bring Jack Hurst in as a quarterback, where he runs it, kind of like a wildcat set. That is going to be tough to stop tonight because he's very explosive from the backfield.
Sounds like the immovable force and the irresistible object, or
right.
However that goes, when the two teams bump heads.
All right, we're getting ready to start here, and
now we're still jamming with
Yep,
the band
yep.
out on midfield, so we've still got 10 minutes before kickoff. From the Liberty Center side, let's look at their defense. Leading the defense in tackles, we've got Trent Cruz with 24. Next closest, Xander Zeiter with 16. Waylon Rentz from his linebacker spot and Colton from his linebacker spot each have 11. The tackles are well spread out. This is a very, should I say, gruesome defense. These guys are animalistic in their approach. And again, it's their offensive line against our overwhelming defense. Now, how can you juggle that? How can you balance that out to swing that in Liberty's favor?
Yeah,
how are they going to adjust?
Absolutely, Spike. Yeah, you saw the linebackers flying around last week and some of the damage they were doing on some of those big hits. Well, tonight it's going to be important to, the coaching staff, whether they're going to get some blitz packages to get some pressure on Brenner to make him uncomfortable. I think that's going to be the key. Are we going to be able to line up and just rush from the line? Maybe not. But bringing those linebackers, bringing some pressure on some different looks, I think is going to be key tonight.
All right. Well, then, of course, offensively, for Liberty Center, the Cruz brothers, Colton and Trent. Colt averaging 11 yards a carry. Trent Cruz, 10. Thomas Moeller off the bench, averaging 9 a carry. Xander Zeiter, when they're in the I formation, he's going to be a fullback type. He'll be the lead back in the I. On other formations, he's averaging 6. And Waylon Rentz, also a running back, averages 5. Now, those figures are blown up because we've had lopsided scores. Tonight, how much do you think that will adjust? How do we adjust? And I also want to mention Colton Chambers, who is terrific at that jet sweep and out of the backfield, running routes, blocking as a wing back. So what do you do with your Liberty Center up against this good, tough D?
Yeah, we talked about balance for Archbold, Spike. I think that's going to be key for Liberty as well. We're going to have some timely throws tonight. We're going to have to keep them off balance. I don't know that we're going to be able to line up and just run at them all game, kind of like what we've seen the last couple of weeks. So the pass is going to be key. Landon Amstutz, may be able to use him out of the backfield a little bit, get a little creative with him, get him out of the pocket. So I'll be interested to see what we have cooked up here, because we're going to have to use the quarterback, I think, tonight and the pass game.
And I know in practice this week they have passed and passed and passed. They drilled that into them like they were drilling how to use the potty when you're 4 years old. They were pounding that into them.
All right, guys, we're going to take a break here for the national anthem, and we'll be right back after this.
And to the flag for which he stands. And in respect for all who have served this country to defend the freedoms that we all enjoy, I ask you to please stand. Gentlemen, remove your caps. We encourage our veterans and active military to salute the flag as the Marching Blue Streets present our national anthem.
right, we're just about underway here. We want to thank everybody out there watching, even the little ones in the Tiger Sports Live onesies. I got a couple pictures of onesies with Tiger Sports Live on it, so you got to love that. But, guys, a big one tonight. And, you guys talked a lot about the things that Liberty's going to have to do, and I think it's going to really come down to two things for me. Number one is execution. A lot of penalties in the first couple of games, and I watched some Archbold film, a lot of penalties for them. Number two, I think conditioning. Liberty Center usually comes out on top of that, and we always talk about that.
Great point. Yeah, that may be one of the biggest keys of them all. I think, Brian, and you would agree, you ran through this same type of program when you played, and it's guts, it's grit, and it's toughness in the second half where it really adds up.
Yeah, that's right. Not only conditioning, Spike, but just the mentality, the mental aspect that these coaches do a great job of teaching and just put you through practice, put you in positions to make you mentally stronger, and that's what the Liberty Center coaching staff does a great job of.
Well, and the coaches preach it, and the team buys into it wholeheartedly. Their attention to detail has been a learned progressive thing, and they are outstanding. All right, everybody, we're getting ready now for kickoff. I don't think we know who won the toss yet. So, quickly, we're going to start Liberty on, we'll announce their defense first while we're getting ready. At nose tackle on the defense will be number 75, Landon Bachman. He'll be covered on either side by number 33, Xander Zeiter, and number 70, Seth Navarre. And they will switch spots to keep the defense honest throughout the game. Middle linebacker, Waylon Rentz, number 19. The two outside linebackers, number 5, Trent Cruz, and number 2, Colton Cruz. Snipers, number 22, Colton Chambers. We'll also see a combination of Brooks Bainfelt, number 20, at the other sniper, along with Max Weaver, number 67. The safety is Landon Cruz, and the two cornerbacks, Grady Miller, number 1, Cam Colley, number 7. All right, Liberty's on. It appears that,
I think Archbold won the toss and deferred, guys.
All right. For Liberty Center on offense, Clayton Seal, number 71, the center. At guards, number 63, Steve Brogan. Number 70, Seth Navarre. At the tackles, number 75, Landon Bachman. And at the other tackle, we're going to have a combination of Hunter Spangler, number 74, and the Goose, Brady Giesecke, number 55. Tight end will be number 20, Brooks Bainfelt. Wideout will be Landon Cruz, along with Aiden Talent and others. And at wingback, we'll see number 24, Colton Chambers. Quarterback, Landon Amstutz, who has really played well with a lot of skill and with a lot of poise. That's important. Xander Zeiter, a fullback, used when needed. The other fullback starting will be Trent Cruz. Running back Colton Cruz offset to the right. And Waylon Rentz will see a lot of action at the other running back. So we're getting ready to go here. Ball kicked off from the 40-yard line. Always an important little piece of work when it comes to field position. This is always huge. Here we go. Line drive kick. That's going to float. Comes down at the 14-yard line. Return. They're going to reverse it back the other way. A little wall of blockers. Got some running room. Up the sideline and crosses the 40. Still going. Jogs past the tackler, and they're going to say he stepped out of bounds up across the 40-yard line.
Great design there off the opening kick, Spike. What a great design and good run there by Colton. They had that blocked really well. Good call.
All right, so Liberty Center will have the ball to start. I believe it's on the 43-yard line. So super start here to this first offensive drive for the Tigers. They're going to send Cruz wide to the far side, wing right set, single set back with two tight ends. They're going to give it. No, play action. Lobbed out there. Wide open. Caught by Cruz at the 40. He's got a blocker. Now cuts back inside off that. Fouls a Bainfelt block. Now hit by two tacklers all all the way down to the 20-yard line.
What a call to start the game off there, huh, Spike? We just talked about the passing game and how that's going to be important. Great fake there by Landon. He had pressure in his face, stayed composed, good throw.
Wow. 36 yards, 37 yards on the play. So already we see Liberty Center's passing game manifesting itself right away. All right, Amstutz the quarterback. We'll put Chambers as a wing right. We've got a tight end, 2 tight ends set. Now Chambers in motion to the left side. Sets up over there. Cruz wide. Here's a give off to Colton around the outside, and great penetration. Archbold got inside the block and headed him off at the pass, so a loss of 2.
Good job there by Jack Hurst. You'll see him a lot tonight, Spike. He's probably their best linebacker. He shows up a lot. Good job there to fight Stephen Brogan off. Sealed that edge with a make the tackle.
All right, now Landon Cruz will spread wide to this side. The ball in between the hash marks. Amstutz under center. Double wing back set. Now motion this way. They're going to give it straight ahead. Running room there. Cuts it to the outside.
He's
right
gone.
down the middle. There's no nobody touching him. He's into the end zone. It's a Liberty Center Tiger touchdown.
Great run there by Trenton. What a big hole, too. One trap right up the middle. Big hole. I don't know that he was touched. Spike. What a start here for Liberty Center. What a drive.
Boy.
Spike's on his best behavior tonight because we're in the middle of the press box here, guys. So, but great job. Great run. Just great execution by the line.
4 plays? 5 plays? I don't know.
I believe it was 4 plays, yes.
All right, so Amstutz to hold. Good snap, good hold. Kick on the way by Rosebrook. It's up. It's good.
What a great start by Liberty Center, Spike, coming out with a great return. 4-play, maybe 5-play drive there. Mixed in the pass, a couple big runs. And
yeah. You know, and that's almost illegal to run a screen pass on the first play from scrimmage.
That was great.
We don't do that.
No, Archbold was not expecting that. They certainly were not. And what a great play there by Casey.
Well, and guys, you know, we talked a lot about the offensive defensive line of Archbold and how big they are. That was either a 0 or 1 trap.
Yes, it was. No, I think it was 1 trap. That's correct.
So
right
Liberty's not shying away from contact right now. They just went right at it, and I think that's what Liberty Center's going to want to do is show that, you know what, you're big, but here we come, buddy.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
I like that, Captain. Good call. You're even smarter than you look.
Well, Johnny Fryman's standing by me, so I'm
right.
smarter
That's
by
right.
osmosis.
We'll see what Max Walker can do here, Spike. We've been talking about him as a weapon here on the special teams, and not only for as deep as he can kick it, but he doesn't always have a traditional spiral.
Right.
So, you know, he makes a ball that is tough to catch. Let's see what he can do here.
Yep, averaging 61 yards a kickoff. That's 1 yard deep in the end zone. For high school, that's phenomenal. Here it is. High kick. That's going to come down at the 5-yard line, and we're going to have the
Illegal motion
on the kick, so the play wasn't even completed.
Illegal motion on Liberty Center.
Oh. All right, well, that's something you read about but seldom ever see. A penalty on the kickoff. I never remember seeing one before. I suppose there have.
He wasn't offsides, right? It must be. Do they have to stay there until it is kicked?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know. Did somebody curl
Somebody
or something?
went over the line
I don't
before
know.
it was booted. So
All right,
they cannot
well,
proceed
now,
the ball.
This will be interesting. The wind is not a factor right now, so Max Walker will set up again. Now the kickoff, they're going to go from the 35. All right, gets a good leg into
what a
it.
kick.
It's over his head, and that's going to bounce all the way back to the 2-yard line. Archbold looking for a seam, hit right away, spins off that, but the Tigers gang tackle him and slam bamming down at the 20.
There it is, Spike. Once again, right around the 20. That's where this kickoff team has been living, and that makes offense really hard when you're starting that deep in your territory every single possession. What a great kick. What a great coverage there.
They got it on the 20. We got it on the 43. That's 2 first downs.
Yep.
If you can do that, if you score 4 touchdowns, kick off 5 times during the game, that's an extra,
it's huge.
That's an extra 100 yards you're
Huge.
forcing them to come up with. All right, here we go. Archbold with double wide out, now coming over to this side. Single set back out of the gun. Drops back, looks, nobody there.
Wow.
Circarino! Yeah, baby! Woo!
I'll tell you what, Spike, great job by the linebackers in the secondary there. Brenner went option 1, option 2, nothing there. Wasn't enough time. Bachman bared down on him, got the sack.
Bachman made contact. He was engaged, but he just muscled his guy out of the way.
That certainly is going to be the key tonight, is this pressure on
right,
quarterback,
now
making him
Archbold,
uncomfortable.
Yep, they've got a 2nd and 13. The ball back on the 17-yard line. They've got trip receivers over here, one over there with a tight end left. Now straight, flops it out there, hit right away at the 25. Pickup of about 5 yards on the play, but the Tigers cashed in quick. I love it.
Good tackle there, Colton Chambers. That's going to another important thing tonight, Spike, is eliminating the yards after the catch. They catch it, let's tackle them right there.
3rd down and 6 now. Archbold with the ball on the this side, the hash mark over here. They've got one wide out to the wide side. Now they motion that way and out of the gun. He's going to roll right. Has pressure, now lofts it out there, and that's going to be well overthrown. Incomplete out there near the 40-yard line.
Trenton Cruz right there setting the edge, Spike. He got in his face, made him uncomfortable, made him rush that throw. Great job.
Wow. All right, so very important
3 and out.
Possession.
3 and out. That's a big defensive possession there.
We scored the first time. That's huge. We hold them with no first downs like you mentioned. That is huge. Big stuff.
Well, let's look at this field position, too. I mean, we talked about getting that first possession on the 40. We might just do it again here.
All right, Thomas Moeller, number 3, back at the 40-yard line. One other return man. That's a short. And Moeller calls a fair catch up at the 45-yard line. Let's see. He was back there with Colley, number 7. But,
great job there by Thomas to catch it in traffic. Had a few guys around him. Go ahead and make the fair catch. Got people around you. Great field position here for Liberty.
I'm not sure I'd have the I mean, even if I were that age.
I never liked it. I never liked it.
I never liked it.
That's one position right there. Kickoff's one thing, but punt, you got guys barreling down on you. You can't see them. That's a very fun position.
That takes guts. All right, Tigers come out. They show a wide out to either side. Now Chambers motions over, takes the wing left spot with a tight end right. Play action. They got a man. No, not down. No, I thought did he catch his own
Looks
pass?
like it got ricocheted back to the
It
inside
was
again.
knocked down at the line of scrimmage, and 63 for Liberty Center caught it and took off.
Steve, good. That's a heads-up play by Stephen Brogan.
Brogan.
Oh,
great heads-up play.
it happens so fast, Captain.
Brogan got a reception for 1.5 yards. He'll take it. But I'll tell you what, Brooks Bainfeld was out in the flat there wide open.
Yep.
That would have gone for a lot of yards, guys.
All right, so Brogan with a 1 yard grab, 2nd down and 9. Liberty from their own 46. Out of the I formation, give to the second back, looking for running room. Powers over a tackler for maybe a yard, but Archbold closed the gap quick, sealed the seam, and it'll be 3rd down, and we'll call it 7 yards to go after the 2 yard pickup. Now the Tigers bringing in an
receivers
offensive package. Grady Miller, number 1, will line up as a wide out
14.
on one side.
We've
got
we haven't seen this formation yet this year.
No. 3 wide
Empty.
outs to the far side, 2 over here, out by himself. Amstutz has time, throws it over there, high and incomplete. Good coverage, came up late and got there and helped fronted that.
Yeah, Chase Miller there for Archbold. He's probably their best secondary defender, corner, safety, and he made a good play on the ball there.
Yeah, another new set, like you said. I've never seen the 5 wide set more than just a very few times. All right, so now the Tigers
We don't have enough guys. Okay, here we go.
don't convert.
So
4th down and 7. The ball on the Liberty's own 47. Walker back to punt. Good snap. Gets a
good spiral. Let's get a
short
good roll here.
pooch, and it's going to go out of bounds somewhere around the 30-yard line.
Good call, Spike. Just about right on the 30. So
yeah, I don't think he got all of that one, but
no, I think he got off the side of his foot a little bit there. Looks like he missed it just a fuzz.
All right. 21 yards net result. So now Archbold comes out. Ball on the Archbold hash. They set up 2 wide receivers to the far side, one over here. Tight end left, now motion. Quarterback's going to keep it up the middle, runs into Penn.
Nice play, nice play. Bachman, Navarre.
Macarino.
You had Bachman kind of forcing the pocket there. Navarre coming underneath. Great play there by the D-line.
Did we get a linebacker in there?
Whalen was also there to kind of clean it up, yes.
Yeah.
Well, guys, it's that adage that we talk about. The linemen make the play, the backers make the tackle.
Right.
Bachman was in there, Sider was in there, Navarre was in there, and the linebackers cleaned it up.
All right, loss of 2, 2nd and 12. Trip receivers, wide side. He'll roll that way. Now throwback by himself, and that could be danger. Up across the 40-yard line, and getting off was Grady Miller. He saw the play, got pushed inside, but broke the block and got back. But Archbold moves the chains up to the 48.
Pretty good call there, Spike. We've been bringing pressure from our D-line and linebackers. A little bit of a screen there to play against some of that pressure. Good call there, Archbold.
All right, don't be surprised you see Liberty run that very same thing a little later on. All right, now motion, little high snap. They're going to hand it off right up the middle. Good job by
Navarre, 70 and 74.
Spangler.
Yeah, Spangler and Navarre to come back on that.
Guys,
held him to 2.
Casey talked very favorably about Spangler's his knowledge and his technique and his advancement. He's a sophomore. He's playing, at 275.
All right, Archbold, 4 wideouts. Straight drop, looks, has to scramble, now cuts it out, hit right there, and stopped right
Great
there.
Great pursuit
yes,
there.
No game.
Looked like he had a little bit of room there, Spike, that closed very quickly with Navarre, Waylon Rentz, and I think Xander in on that tackle as well. Great pursuit there by the defense.
Yeah, Liberty's defensive line is so quick. This may be, as a group, the quickest, and I'm speculating.
Quick and
here.
size, right?
Yes.
So they got some size with that quickness.
Size and quickness, maybe one of the best sets we've had.
Then you bring in Hunter Spangler as a kind of a sub backup, and he's no drop off.
Yeah, he's got some wheels too. All right, now 3rd down and 8 for Archbold. Trip receivers wide side, quarterback straight drop. Has time, lofts up the home run ball, and that's going to be way overthrown. Good coverage.
Great coverage. Nobody was open, Spike. Nobody was open.
Thomas Moeller on the coverage, got down there and was right in his face. So now Archbold from midfield will be facing a 4th and 8.
Guys, I'm going to throw this in here. One of the big changes for Liberty Center from game 1 to these games now is Grady Miller. We're having to play quarterback due to injury. He's a good quarterback, but boy, he's concentrating on defense, and what a difference in that defensive backfield
he's
he makes.
Played really good corner
and
spot.
He's happy. He loves it. I love watching him in practice. All right, so now Archbold with a chance to grab the field position. Snap, line drive punt. That's going to hit at about the 20. Ooh. Now picked up. Now makes a cut to the outside. Oh, just tripped up. He had some running room. Oh, Colley. Wow, what a great big gain stopper on the diving tackle.
Spike, we talked about kind of the punt returner on the catch. A play like that is just as nerve-wracking. You got a ball jiggling around in front of you. You got to field it and advance it. Cam did a good job there. That's probably a 15-yard
Brian, you'll appreciate this. I always call that a la Kurt Silvas.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that I've seen anybody do it as good as Kurt since Kurt, but you're right. Kurt made plays like that all the time. Absolutely did.
All right. Tigers come out in kind of a T formation. Little cross buck, give to the second back. Not much running room there. Archbold quick to close up. No gain.
We're definitely going to see some more, tougher running game tonight, Spike. We talked about it. We're seeing it a little bit now. They're going to buckle down a little bit here.
Landon Cruz now spread out to the Tiger side of the field. Double wing package, now motion, Colton. Play action, in trouble, and sacked in the backfield, back at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, there's Jack Hurst again. He's man, I watched some film on him, and offensively and defensively, he's flying around. He reminds me a little bit of our linebackers, makes a lot of plays, and there's another one there, sack from the backside.
We have the scoreboard. All right, so each team pounding at each other, seeing what they can do and what they can't. 3.5 minutes left here in the third quarter, and Liberty Center facing a 3rd and 16 yards. Trip receivers over here. Has time. Dumps it off. Little screen pass. Breaks one tackle. Slips past another one. And another cut to the middle. Up
They're going to
across
get
the
Liberty on a
40-yard
hold.
line.
They're going to get Liberty on a hold, Spike.
All right, 16, about 20, nearly 25 yards on the good Dipsy Doodle.
Right where he made the catch, there was
flash.
a defender standing there.
That was a
At
great play
midfield,
design,
but that
though.
call is going to come back. We're here on the Archbold side, of course, and the Blue Streak fans appreciative of that untimely, stinking, rotten, oh good yellow flag.
There was that call, though, Spike. You said Liberty's going to be coming back with a screen. There it was.
Yeah.
And they had it designed really well. Just unfortunately had a hold there.
Spike, I'm going to pay one of those banner planes. You know, someday driving by the stadium and said that banner says no good, rotten, dirty, stinking, no good yellow flag. I'm going to get a banner.
All right, now Liberty Center is pressed. We've got a 3rd and about 20, close to 25 yards.
Yeah, you wonder, Spike, we just kind of run this, be conservative here, backed up this deep. You don't want to get too crazy with the play call.
All right, Archbold showing seven-man front. Stutz just going to keep it. Gets up the middle, and he'll ramble forward for about 10 yards. And at this point, that deep in their territory, that 10 yards looked big.
Yeah, that's
I'll
right.
take it.
Well, let's get them out from on the back of their end zone, make this punt a little bit easier, change that field position 10 yards. Good play call there.
Yeah, Liberty had the field position early, but now we've kind of seen it move the other way.
Yes.
When all right, Walker back to punt. Two return people standing at about their own 45.
They were close to that.
High floater all the way back to the 40-yard line. And trips and falls. Spangler was there.
That's a great kick by Max Walker. Great
61,
kick.
Was that Tate Parasini? Or did I see the number wrong? Anyway, down there in coverage. And
what a
had
great
him
punt.
Locked in. Or sealed in, I should say.
Mr. Barrett's checking in, gives us the thumbs up sign. He's in Radford, Virginia.
Wow.
I think he's doing his CIA, stuff. We can't talk about it.
All right, Archbold comes out. Double wide out to the wide side. Flip out over the middle. Hit right away, and it'll be a short gain, maybe a couple on the play. Chambers was there along with Grady and Colton Cruz.
Great job there by Colton Chambers to jump that route. That's kind of what we're talking about. Eliminate yards after the catch. Even if they catch it, be right there, make the tackle, eliminate the yards. Great job.
Right. Yeah, if you short yardage or no yardage after the catch, maybe a run for no gain, and you're right back in business. All right, now the Blue Streaks. Trip receivers to the wide side. The ball on this hash. One receiver over here. Quarterback's going to keep it. Has a seam. Rolls forward. Tigers gang tackle him up at the 49-yard line. But a pickup of 6. 7 yards. And it's going to be 3rd down and short for the Blue Streaks.
They would do that.
Midfield.
They would do that quite a bit with him, and he's really good at that. He's got great vision from that spot, Spike. And I watched a couple film the last couple games, and he had a lot of success out of this formation right here.
Yep.
He does not throw very much. I think I saw him throw it one time in the 2 games that I saw, but he is really good at running it.
All right, we got 2 up backs. Quarterback out of the gun. He's going to keep it. Tries to go around.
Oh, great pursuit. Great pursuit.
The Tigers swarm tackle. Backelman
Navarre, Trent Cruz.
Wow,
Jeez.
what a defensive stand right there.
Great job.
3rd and 1, and Liberty throws him back for a yard
Liberty
loss.
brought in Brogan and Spangler on that defensive line. That's one of the first times we've seen 5.
Archbold went tight there. I mean, they were gonna. That was gonna be wrong.
5 down linemen for the
responded.
first time in a long time.
It's a great job.
All right, clock now with 30 seconds left in the first half. Tigers on top 7-0, and Archbold forced to punt for, I believe, the third time. A little bit low. They run a fake and caught. Wow.
That's a great catch.
Good coverage from
Trent
Liberty
was right
center.
there. Trent was right there. This is a
Cruz
great catch.
was in his face. The receiver went up in the air, grabbed it out of midair. Cruz, you couldn't have shadowed him any tighter.
This is a good throw too. That's a defensive end making that throw. That was a good throw by the punter there.
All right, parry and thrust. Archbold with a few tricks up their sleeve as well. Now at the 46-yard line of the Tigers, give off the left side, and he'll dive forward. Tackle there by Trent Cruz. He'll pick up about 3 on the play, and that'll end the first quarter.
All right. Hey, well, we got a break. Let's send our sponsors a big thank you. KK Collision, the leader in auto repair industry. It's been servicing Northwest Ohio auto needs for 27 years. Meyer Badenhop Insurance. Since 1933, Northwest Ohio has been the home of the Meyer Badenhop Insurance Agency. STN Design, your home for custom screen printing and embroidery. Affinity IT Group, your home for managed services and cybersecurity. 3-Chord, sign it, screen it, print it, promote it. Davis Farm Services, a family-owned agronomy business serving Northwest Ohio for over 50 years. Swanton Welding, they've been providing their customers with the highest quality services in metal fabrication since 1956. Pam and Dick Leatherman and Leatherman Farms. Pizzanello Pizza, the great family restaurant right uptown Liberty Center. Subs, wings, salads, and a great buffet. And finally, the Gerald Grain Centers, a family-owned cooperative with 9 locations here all over Northwest Ohio and in Liberty Center. So we thank these guys, and these guys are the ones that allow us to bring these broadcasts to you at no charge. So give them a shout out, give them a, go buy a pizza, go buy some insurance, whatever you got to do. But we thank these guys, and all of those people make these possible.
All right, first quarter now ended. Second quarter now underway. Archbold with the ball at the Tiger 43. Motion this way. They're going to give it straight up the middle, and that goes nowhere. Stop for maybe a nothing.
Well, he is showing up about every other play on defense. I'm not sure if they're not double teaming him. I mean, he's been getting double teamed the last few weeks.
And he's getting chipped by the back, too.
And he's making about every other play right now. He's everywhere.
Yeah, Backelman's been getting at least double teamed, and sometimes they've been sending the back out and chipping.
Mm-hmm. He's being disrupted tonight, no doubt.
All right, Tigers show a 3-man front on this third down and long situation, 3rd and 7. Now motion this way with the receivers to either side. Straight drop, pump fake.
He's going.
Now throws a home run ball. Got a man out there, and incomplete. Oh! Tigers were out there, had him double teamed, and the ball just over Liberty Center's outstretched hands. Let's see, that was Cruz, and the ball bobbled, falls to the ground. 4th and 7.
Hey, that was a great play call there by Archbold. He stuttered a little bit out of the backfield. The corner kind of come up, thought he was going to kind of go on and out. He turned it up. Great play there by Cruz to kind of make up some time, make that catch a little bit harder.
Yes.
And Liberty's going to get the ball back here.
And Archbold's not throwing very many of those, but they want to lull you to sleep. This is a very potent attack.
Brenner put that one on the money.
Now a little scramble, pooches it. It's going to hit at the 13-yard line. Now a little pump fake, and picks up the yard.
They're going to get Liberty for a block in the back.
All right.
Yep, they're going to get block in the back there, Liberty Center.
All right.
Good job by Cam again to field that. If he doesn't field that, we might be looking at the 1-2 yard line because that thing was going to continue to roll.
Well, and Casey's talked a lot about that. You got to catch the punt.
That's right.
But Liberty now with another crucial penalty. And this is one of the things that when we talked to Coach Moeller on Wednesday, we spend Wednesday mornings with him in our studio. He said, we can't afford that. We simply, there's no debating, no ifs, ands, or buts. We cannot afford it. And that is something I'm sure that he's going to be on top of very quickly for Liberty Center.
When you're playing a team of this caliber, you can't afford it. That's right.
All right, so Archbold now has won the battle of field position. Liberty Center is going to start from their own 4-yard line after the flag. Tigers line up with the Cruz boys in the backfield. Chambers now motions over to the this side of the field out of the wing. They're going to run power pitch, looking for running room, kicks outside, takes on a tackler, still driving, pushed forward, up to the 15-yard line. That's a Liberty Center Tiger first down.
Trent Cruz, after contact, got another 4 or 5 there. Great run there by Trenton.
Yeah, the left side of the line behind Bockelman and Brogan.
That's big to take that out, from the basically the 5-yard line right there. That's a great first play to get you out, give you a little breathing room here on the for offense.
All right, the Tigers get out from the shadow of the goal post. Amstutz now comes up under center. Tight formation. They're going to run a pitch sweep to Cruz. Cruz cuts up there, spins forward, up across the 20 to the 21, a pickup of 6.
Starting to see some of these pitches, Spike, kind of on the outside. It'll be interesting to see where Liberty goes to attack this defense recently here. A lot of outside, 5, 6, 7 pitches to kind of get these guys on the outside and give them some room.
All right, 2nd down and 4. Landon Cruz spread out wide to the Archbold side of the field here. Tigers with a wing right set. Now motions over, and Chambers sets up on the left. Same side as Landon. Give to the first back. Pounds through, breaks a tackle. Still going. Tripped up from behind at the 30. Dives forward to the 33-yard line. That'll be a gain of 11 and another Tiger first down.
Yeah, Hunter Spangler, a nice block on the line there. Just
good.
Flattened out. And
I think Tyler Lay at center, too. Good block there right up front. I believe that was a 30 trap right up the middle, and obviously relying on your center a lot on the trap plays right at them.
Yeah, that's right. Lay in there at right guard now. All right, Amstutz under center, wing right set. They're going to give it straight ahead. Archbold waiting for that. Wow, we still powered forward for 2 yards. That was a tough 2. Woo! But it's positive yards. That always makes a difference. 2nd down and 8. And those 2 first downs really are huge for the Tigers. We've got about 8.5 minutes left in the quarter. Tigers lead it 7-0 from that early drive. But Archbold is one back field position, so the Tigers now up here in this second round, and they're slugging back. All right, wide out over here, single set back to wing back set, play action, back to throw, has time, now has to roll right. Amstutz fires it upfield, and he'll throw it away out of bounds.
Yeah, good decision there by Landon. There wasn't a whole lot there. Both receivers kind of covered up, and he had a defensive end pressuring him. It's about his only play. Good job. Way to not force something there.
Yeah, this is a good, well-rounded Archbold defense. They're able to adjust to make things move. I think we can pound the ball at them sometimes.
Yeah.
But they're able to stop us just often enough that that play action stuff.
A lot of athletes, too. This secondary is filled with athletes. A lot of good athletic kids in linebacker and secondary right now.
All right, so now sprinting over here is Cruz. Wide out to either side. Amstutz out of the gun. We got a flag right away.
He jumped.
Okay. Yep, they blew it dead before the play.
Yep, illegal motion. False start officially.
Yeah, that's
Tigers
going to hurt.
have been hit with, 4 or 5 penalties.
That's, I believe, the 5th penalty on Liberty Center. It's one of the things that
that's a 3rd and 7. It's going to make that a 3rd and 12, which is
that's going to be a key point here as this game progresses. That Casey Moeller and his staff's going to address immediately on the sidelines.
Archbold and Liberty Center have had some very high-scoring games, and they've had a few low-scoring games as well. Now out of the I formation. Give to the first back. Archbold right there to meet that at the line of scrimmage. That didn't fool anybody, and that brings up 4th down for the Tigers.
See if Max Walker come in and give us a nice punt again here, Spike. Flip this field. We knew this was going to be a little bit more of a struggle here tonight. You know, special teams are going to be key, and these punts are very important. So we'll see what Max can do here.
All right, just under 8 minutes. Liberty Center did manage to gain 25 yards. Low snap. Gets off a high wobbler. And that's going to take a great Liberty bounce. Picks up about 12 yards on the spin. And down to the 36-yard line. Oh, my. Now we're battling it out in the middle third of the field. This is huge. This is a big possession in this game. You know, Archbold trying to they had field position. Now it's kind of iffy. We'll see if Liberty Center's defense can rise to the occasion.
Be interesting to see if they try to go up top again here. Spike had the guy open the last possession, so we'll see if they take another shot here from Archbold.
All right. Trip receivers, tight end right set, single setback. They're going to give it to that setback, trying to get behind his blocker. Picks up about 4 on the play up across the 40-yard line.
Looked like they caught us kind of off of strength there, Spike. I don't know if we had a D end on that play, and a successful run there for Archbold.
All right, out of the gun. Straight drop, has time, throws to the sideline, caught up near the 50-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Blue Streaks.
Yeah, Chase Miller, number 12, he's their favorite target. And good catch there right at the sticks. Cam, good tackle to eliminate some of the yards after the catch there.
All right, well, 1st and 10 at their own 48. Gives straight up the middle. Way too much running room and has to get him from behind. Waylon Rents, but not after Archbold picks up 11 yards, and they're down to the Tiger 40-yard line.
Probably their best run of the night. Right up the middle of that defense there, Spike. Starting to have a little bit of a success on the ground, Archbold.
Wow, they moved the ball back a full yard.
Yeah, they did.
Wow. All right, now a tight formation, a wing on either side. And they're going to kind of do a spin rollout against the long side. Nobody anywhere in the vicinity. Good pressure there. Colton and
Trenton Cruz.
Yep,
smelled that one the whole time. The other thing is Brooks Bainfeld and Aiden Talent stayed home. They were looking at that screen, that opposite side screen again. And Brooks Bainfeld and Aiden Talent made a great play to stay home.
Ah, yes, makes sense. Got it. All right, so Archbold now with a very tight formation.
Look and run here.
Out of the gun, they're going to chase.
Great play, Colton Cruz.
Yes, Colton Cruz. Wham, bam, pound.
You think the Liberty Center defensive coaches have been coaching that play this week? I mean, we watched it on film, and when he's in the backfield, he's running the ball. So they're bringing blitzers there. Obviously, Colton shot the gap. Great play. Big play.
5-yard loss. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-yard loss. They're down in 15 now. Archbold with the ball at the Tiger 46.
Interesting. You got Hurst in the backfield again here on 3rd and long.
Yeah, Archbold a little discombobulated.
Doesn't like the lineup.
I'm guessing they'll bring Brenner back in the quarterback here. He's more of a throwing threat on this 3rd and long here. Gives them some more options.
All right.
Hey, join us tomorrow. Our schedule, the Archbold Blue Streaks will come to Tigertown, and the JV game, that's at 10 a.m. And Phil Snow will be on the call, and I don't know who will be with him. Spike, you usually show up. You know, you're like that whack-a-mole. Every time you open a window, boop, here comes Spike. So we'll see, but the Blue Streaks will come to the Rex Lingard Stadium, Kip Kern Field tomorrow at 10 o'clock. And then I'll tell you what, we got a big week next week, Tuesday, Thursday, Monday. Our teams are on the road, so check our website, lctigersportslive.com. And if you've noticed on Facebook, today was the first day that we changed our logo, folks. And so it is us. I warned everybody it wasn't spammers, whatever. But all right, final 5 minutes here of this second quarter.
All right.
Big 3rd long here.
Archbold on the hash over here, straight drop. Now throws it again, the home run ball. That's well covered.
Great job, Cammy.
Wow!
Cammy just beat him to the spot there, got in front, slowed that route down, and there was nothing there. No room left on the sidelines. Great job by Cam.
Yeah, that's a great point, Brian. Cam Colley just simply ran him out of bounds and said, I got everything in bounds. You take what's out there.
As a corner, you use that sideline to your advantage. He did a good job of it there.
All right, so the Tigers defense holds. Punting from Liberty's 46. He has to scramble, has to get it off, taken there at the 9-yard line. Now makes a cut, gets outside, twists and spins up, and gets to the 20-yard line. Good return, 11 yards on the punt.
No flags, that's good.
Yeah, no flags.
Again, it's one of those catch the ball things. Brian, you mentioned before the last one, if he'd have let that bounce.
Yeah.
We don't know, and this one too. Would have gone in the end zone. I don't know. Would have gone out of bounds.
Right.
And that's key, and that was one of the things that the coaches talked about. Catch the ball.
And the punt is kind of coming off his foot a little.
Well, he did a rugby
awkward
style.
Yeah, it is. So these catches are not easy catches. This is not your traditional, spiraled punt.
Weird.
It's a good job by Cam.
Hard enough catching a baseball or softball, and then when you try to catch one of them end over
end
oblongs. All right, out of the gun. Holton in motion. He'll take the handoff. Looks for running room. Dives ahead. Still carrying 2 tacklers up across the 25-yard line. That's a good run. He was hit back to about the 23. Picked up 3 more after the hit.
A lot of traffic in there that they were able to sift through and get good 5-6 yards there. Good run of first down.
All right, Liberty Center has about 5 minutes here, and this is good. They don't have to run the 2-minute offense.
That's right.
They've got a 5-minute offense. That gives them a little bit of luxuries here. Now, out of the gun, set back, and they're going to run a kind of a jet sweep again. Kicked it back across the middle, just tricked up, but another pickup of about 7. That's a first down. Trent Cruz. Liberty lining up with the extra wing backs, and they're running different motions. These are more or less a jet sweep type of thing.
Yep.
And I think it's keeping Archbold off balance. So Tigers aren't pounding it up the middle. They're using a lot of variation. All right, wing over here, tight end to the right. They're going to run power this way. Running room there, breaks one. Oh, still going. And great, what a run again. Picks up about 9 on the play.
He's about 1 tackle away right there. Somebody got his foot. If it wasn't for that, he might have been off the races there.
Absolutely.
Man, that is what? 6 shoestring tackles.
Yeah. Well, guess what? In the second half, when this offensive line starts wearing on you, those tackles don't always happen. That's when that run game really gets going. So we'll see what happens here, Spike.
I want to read that chapter again and again. I love it, Brian.
And Amstut's having to go over and get the play. I don't see the play clock. I don't know
9, 8.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I do. I see it.
All right, 4 seconds on the play clock. Amstutz gets it off. Handoff left side. Breaks through that first line. Gets down across the 45 up to the 46. A gain of 6 on the play. Tigers move the chains. Still 3.5 minutes left. Tigers just 4 yards short of midfield.
Well, and you guys, we got to mention Casey's game management. I mean, he learned from the riverboat gambler, Rex Lingard, but Casey does very well with the game management, I think.
Wow. All right, Tigers running a wing right package, wide out to the far side. Give, first back through. That's Colton Cruz, makes another cut. And again, nailed by just a shoestring down there, but not after he picks up about 12.
Yeah, that's a big run there. Yeah. These safeties are getting pressure right now because we are getting through that first and second level, putting a lot of quick pressure on these safeties. They're having to make some pretty good tackles right now. If they miss one, we're going to be off the races.
Well, you don't want your safeties to be the leading tacklers.
No, you don't.
All right, Landon Cruz spread out wide over here. Wing left set with Chambers. Give, first back again. And Cruz pounding down, gets inside the 40 to the 39. Gain of 3 on first down. Wow.
You know, Spike, you were saying we started this drive with 5 and some change, how important it is to keep Archbold off the field as well. I mean, this is an explosive offense. They can go score quick with their aerial attack. So a big drive here to run this clock down is really crucial.
Oh.
Liberty doing a great job here.
Keep the ball in our hands. All right, Amstutz comes out. He'll be under center. Offset to the right, the running backs. Give first back through. He'll dive forward.
Ooh.
Trent gets down to the 36.
Tyler Lay with a little
gain of 4.
pancake there at the end of the play.
And he's like, hey, what's up? Well, and Bakke just driving. I mean, the Liberty Center's line is starting to move the line of the Archbold Blue Streaks.
All right, clock now at 1:40 and running. 3rd down and 4 for the Tigers on the Archbold 36.
Look out for a play action coming up here. We've been pounded.
Landon Cruz over here, wing right set. They're going to come this way looking for a hole.
Yes, there is. What a cutback. What a cutback.
He's at the 10.
Get up, Trent.
Nobody getting down.
Yes, sir. There it is. There it is.
Touchdown. Pow, wham, bam. They kept pounding on that line. That time behind Bockelman, Brogan, and it was Katie Bardador. Boo-hoo.
The jiggle on all the equipment was Spike holding back his yell of he had to hit something.
Hey, what a block up front there.
Wow.
He got about the 5-yard line, saw that cutback, and it was a great cutback, and he was off to the races. Great run by Trenton.
All right, good snap, good hold, kick on the way by Rupp, and good for Liberty Center. Ian Rosebrock pounds a second one through, and you talk about the drive of the game right there. That changes the entire scenery.
Yep, 4.5, 5-minute drive right there takes the winds out of the sails as a defense. You've been out in the field a lot right before half. Now they're going to get the ball minute 20. There is some time with that, but it's going to be a challenge now for Archbold to put a drive together, put some points up.
Right, and that's big for Liberty because Archbold would get the ball in the second half.
That's
so
right.
Come up with the score right there.
Yep.
I was just glad that they got some field position and were able to move the ball down and keep it out of Archbold's hands.
Yeah, now that's a key. I think the key to that is the length of the drive and just the taxing. And again, we talk about condition. We talk about that all the time against Liberty Center because Liberty Center's conditioning is way up there.
Yep.
And Liberty just relentless. The offensive line
just keep coming.
Just keeps coming. And the Cruz boys hit the holes quick. And it's that secondary move once they get about 5 yards into the secondary. They are phenomenal with those moves.
Talked about their vision some last week. Spike, you saw it again there on Trenton's run. Great vision on the cutback, and he was gone.
All right. Walker now to handle the kickoff chores. Line drive. That's going to come down at the 6-yard line. Return left now, cuts back right. Breaks through a lane. This could be dangerous. Heading down the sidelines, and I don't think they're going to get him. Archbold cut it to the left and back to the right. And, whoa, what a turn of events. The Archbold Blue Streaks.
We got a penalty. A penalty. They, couple of the Archbold Blue Streaks ripped Waylon Rentz's helmet off.
Wonder if that'll be after the play.
I don't know. Well, that's going to be huge.
Chase Miller there. We've talked about him a little bit tonight. Favorite receiving weapon. And he's got some explosiveness. He put it on. He turned on the Jets there.
And, boy, the Archbold coaches were livid at the 2 players that were involved in that.
All right, the officials huddling.
Yeah, I saw Waylon did not have a helmet there.
No, they took his helmet off.
Be interesting to see what happens.
Now, if that's during the play.
Yeah, I wonder if it's after. Because it's behind the play. I'm not sure how they'll call that.
Boy, this is huge.
Both coaches out on the field campaigning.
That started vanilla enough. He made a cut and then made a second cut. Got into that little seam. It was only a couple yards wide, but then off to the races. So we'll wait here to see how this very critical
this is a big call. This would that had nothing to do with the play, way behind the play.
Well, and it's what Casey calls the nonsense.
Yeah, for sure.
Stuff. You got to keep
that
the
just
nonsense stuff
drives
out
the
of here. It's
coaches
definitely gonna
crazy.
Be a personal foul. What? And it'll be assessed on the kickoff.
Then the touchdown stands.
What?
They must have thought Whalen started that or something. Not sure.
Wow, usually it's the old story about the guy that retaliated.
That's right. And Whalen did not have a helmet, so somebody retaliated. Not sure that.
And Casey
surprised
wants
it
an
wasn't
explanation of how his guy can come out without a helmet and get called for the foul.
Coach Casey Moeller, a bit animated here.
Well, you want to talk about a change of events, Spike. Liberty up 14-0, getting ready to head in halftime. All of a sudden, we got a 14, potentially 7 game with a minute left. This became really interesting here on that kickoff return.
You just don't.
That's really the very first time that someone has made significant yardage on it.
That's right.
All right. PAT kick coming up, left-footed, it's up, it's good. 14-7 now with 1:07 left in the first half. Man, oh man, I wish I could think of an analogy that kind of fits this twist of events.
Yeah, I mean, Liberty has dominated the game for the most part, you feel like, offensively and defensively, and now it's 14-7, so with Archbold getting the ball start of the second half. So definitely made things interesting.
But guys, you got to feel good about the line play right now.
For sure, yes.
That was always the big talk of the week, how big Archbold's line is, how dominating they've been with their size. And Liberty's pretty much had their way up front.
That's right.
Look at that last drive. So Archbold's had one big play.
Yep.
And Liberty's really had the dominance of this first half.
And that normally gets better as the game goes on.
Absolutely.
Well, I guess it goes without saying that this is a critical juncture once again. Football's filled with those the whole game, don't get me wrong. But now Liberty Center.
So here, guys, they did call that against Archbold. It was unsportsmanlike conduct against Archbold. So they... Wait a minute.
Oh, they did?
It didn't look like it.
They need to make up their mind. They're pointing in a different direction now, and now they want the ball moved. They need to make up their mind here. Okay, if it was called against Liberty, it needs to move up. Okay, so... he's letting the kicker tell him what to do here. But the umpire pointed in the other direction here.
Well, now they're kicking from our 45, so... This
and Liberty with their hands team right now.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this was absolutely be an opportunity for an onside kick. Why not?
Absolutely. Look out here. What's Archbold got to lose with only 1:07 left in the clock?
Here it comes.
No, they're going to put a leg.
I don't understand that. That was a giveaway.
Yeah, that's.
Why didn't they just say go ahead and put it at the 20? I don't understand that at all. Squib kick it or something.
You would have thought they would have had a chance, to onside, and I mean we're talking maybe 10 yards.
Well, in a momentum
difference there.
In a momentum shift right now. They kind of gave that away. I think that's a missed opportunity by the Blue Streaks.
Liberty's got we got 3 timeouts here, so we'll see what Coach Moeller decides to do, whether he plays this a little safely or looking to go to the air and do something with this drive.
Well, the Tigers show white out to the far side. Standard set, kind of running out of the eye with a wing right set with Chambers. Amstutz under center, pitch sweep, looks out there. Hit, spins through that, still pounding, and a 5-yard pickup by Cruz up to the 25.
See what happens here with these first couple plays and see if we start to use our timeouts or not. I think that's going to tell you how aggressive we're going to get or not.
Clock running at 42 seconds. Landon Cruz spread out wide over here. Tigers coming out of the eye. They'll pitch sweep it again around to the outside looking for running room. We've got a flag on the play. It's a first down gain of 6 yards.
They're going to get Liberty on a bad block
but,
on the other side
the
there.
penalties have been killer for the Tigers tonight.
Yeah, that stops the clock as well, and I think that what that'll do is you may give Archbold a chance, after this next drive, if we do not get a first down, to call a timeout, make us punt the ball, which, we just saw kickoff return, so will be really interesting here.
Well, I think at this point with 28 seconds, guys, I think you run it out, run the clock out. You got to fix the penalties, and Liberty can break a run, but you don't give Archbold any chance here with 28 seconds left.
Right. Back at your own 15. This is pretty dangerous stuff. That's why a little critical just to get out of the half. All right, but this is football. It's breaks. It's making a big play, and Archbold came up with one. All right, again out of the eye. Pitch sweep to the second back, and Cruz will
there's that timeout
forward for a couple, and we're going to get an Archbold timeout.
Oh, the Archbold sideline's a little angry there. I think they ran off 7 seconds for some reason. Not sure why.
Well, they called timeout, but the referee didn't signal.
Okay.
And the clock guy has to go on the referee, not on the sideline.
We got some glaring going on upstairs from the sidelines. They're not very happy about it, doesn't look like.
Hey, on halftime here, we will cover the bands, and then we'll come back just a few minutes before halftime with some stats. John Fryman's in the booth with us, so he'll get a little bit of say in what's going on, and we'll talk about the first half, and then we'll be back with the second half here. Should be a good one. Been good so far.
Yes. I mean, I don't know if my heart can take this, but what a way to go, being right here with Liberty Center Tiger football.
Spike, can you imagine any other way of going?
No. All right, it'll be a test of character here for Liberty Center. First, okay, there's 24 seconds on the clock. They must have put a few back. But the important thing is Liberty has its third down. Archbold has a timeout, so Liberty Center is probably going to have to punt. Archbold obviously playing for a big play, either on the punt or the return. Well, don't be surprised if Liberty Center shows them a little play action something here. Yeah, I'd be surprised. Tigers pound it forward. They knew they weren't going to get much. And Archbold now, only 4 seconds elapsed, so there's still 20. And now Liberty Center has to get the good snap, and they have to execute the punt.
Special teams very important here, Spike. We did see a couple bad snaps, I think, earlier in the year. They seem to have shored that up the last couple of weeks here, but really important special teams play here. Catch it, punt it. Let's get it one stop, and then let's head into halftime.
Well, I like Max Walker back there. Very athletic guy. Very much. He's a good football player in his own right, just to begin with. But he's agile, versatile, mobile, great hands. So I have every confidence that he'll be able to handle this.
Well, when the coaches regularly talk about their punter as a weapon, or their kicking game,
right?
The entire kicking game, the field goal, the punting, the kickoff, they talk about that as a weapon, and they look at that and go, "Oh, okay, we got a punt. Yeah, all right.
Don't think twice. You just do it."
And Max Walker is only a sophomore, so you know how much they put their faith in.
They have come close on a couple of these punts tonight, too. Will be interesting to see if they bring the house.
All right.
They got quite a few up front here. We'll see.
17-yard line. Tigers with 3 protectors. Good snap. Gets it off. High wobbler. Wow, that's short. Now it takes a backward bounce, and the Tigers dash it there at the 33-yard line. So Archbold with a legitimate shot. They'll probably go to the end zone with it 3 times.
We got no timeouts here, Spike. So, at least 2 plays, probably a shot at the end zone, or maybe they go an out route, try to get them a little bit closer, a little bit more manageable to get it to the end zone. But
well, with 12 seconds an out route, that might be just what the Tigers would love to see, and tackle them in bounds. All right, so Archbold's going to send a wide out on the narrow side. 2 to the wide, or 2 wide outs over here to the wide. Out of the gun. Rolls to the right. Steps back, throws, launches it for all he's worth. It's bobbled around.
Oh, my.
Complete.
No, I think it's caught.
Thomas Moeller.
Oh,
It's caught.
intercepted.
Thomas Moeller
Thomas
picked it
Moeller,
off.
what a play.
Wow,
What a play.
The Tigers had him smothered
My
back
goodness.
there.
Jack Hurst again
Woo.
with an opportunity there, juggled a little bit, and Thomas staying with the play was able to bring that down. What an interception. Wow.
Yeah, because they'd have had one more shot
Yes,
at it.
they would have. And that was right there. That was right there.
Yep.
Yeah, boy, it's kind of glad you get out of here with your britches on in this kind of a game. Wow, that was huge.
Yep. I think
All
Liberty's
right,
going to take
so-
a knee here.
Last play of the second quarter, 14-7 in a real tight one.
What are they doing?
All start.
Now,
They took a knee.
yeah,
Somebody
something
moved.
must have happened at the line of scrimmage. Now, immaterial at this point.
Yeah, but still another error.
Yeah.
That's Liberty Center's. That's the one fly in the ointment here for the Tigers.
Want to go back, guys. Thomas Moeller and the half there. What a great play to stay with that ball, and it looked like it had a chance to be completed. Stayed with it with the interception, and we're able to get to halftime up 7 here.
Oh. All right. Well, the Tigers escape. They lead it 14-7 over Archbold. But boy, oh boy, we got 24 minutes to go, and it's hard to say what can happen in this game.
All right.
Wide open.
We'll be back right after this halftime break.
$306. Thanks to all of you again for supporting our young people in their fundraiser for suicide prevention.
Introducing the 2023 Archbold Blue Streak Marching Band led by Field Commanders Keon Varsity and Haley Baez. How about we get theological on Friday night and talk about heaven? As long as humankind has considered its existence, people have likewise contemplated and theorized this question: what comes next? The Streaks begin tonight's show by posing next to the superstar who himself left heaven, dropped down this way for a while, fought evil, and went back up. The one, the only, the heavyweight savior of the world, Jesus Christ, superstar. Brian, you want to come back with
Paul liked the little video tonight. Paul liked the little video. Did he? Good.
We got Stats, we got Johnny, we got whatever. Let me get us in, Johnny, and then I'll turn it over to you.
All right, we're back at halftime here from the Archbold Stadium. It's Liberty Center 14, the Archbold Blue Streak 7. And Brian, you got the stats, and I briefly looked at them. Liberty Center dominated that first half.
Yeah, they did. Offensively, for the total yards, Liberty Center with 186 total yards. Archbold with 57 total yards. 41 yards passing for Archbold, 42 yards passing for Liberty Center. Landon Amstutz was 3 of 5 for 42 yards, Long of 37. Rushing, Colton Cruz, 11 rushes for 34 yards. Trenton Cruz, 8 carries for 105. And Landon Amstutz with 2 carries for 4. Also Waylon Rentz, 1 carry, 1 yard. Receiving, Trenton Cruz, 2 catches, 41 yards. And Stephen Brogan on the deflection with one catch and 1 for 1 yard. Archbold, Cade Brenner is 4 of 8 for 36 yards. Cade Brenner has 3 rushes for -6 yards, probably off sacks there. Lucas Dominic, 5 rushes, 21 yards. Jack Hurst, 3 rushes, 1 yard. Receiving, Tristan Wise, 1 catch, 5 yards. Lucas Dominic, 3 catches, 29 yards. And Chase Miller, 1 catch for 7 yards. So, yes, Liberty certainly has dominated that first half. I mean, there was some firepower offensively.
Guys, I'm going to turn my mic over to the one, the only, Johnny Fryman. And we're going to get his, and only as he can do his in-depth analysis here of the first half.
All right, John Fryman from the Prognosticators every Friday morning with Max L on WMTR. Johnny, you see games all the time. You see a lot of teams. You study this like an accomplished encyclopedia expert. What do you see tonight? What do you draw from this?
The only thing Liberty Center's hurting them is penalties. 7 for 55 yards in the first half. They're easy to clean up, but second half, Archbold they're down by a touchdown, and Liberty Center's got established momentum early in the second half, kind of put a little distance.
The Archbold team is not really dominating in any field, but as you've seen over the years, a freak play, a fluke tackle, and all of a sudden it still remains a close game.
Yes, it is, and tonight's a close game. Last year Liberty Center jumped out early, dominated from the start, and never let off the gas.
That was what was that score? That was
16-0.
Yep. There you go. So we're seeing the same thing here again. 2 giants going at it. And while you might think everything is peachy keen, Liberty dominating, such is not the case. First possession comes out, and Archbold will have the football. So we're looking at some tough stuff. Now, total yardage. Go over that again. Just team offense, either one.
Yeah, you got Liberty Center with 186 total yards, and Archbold with 57 total yards.
180 to 57.
That's correct.
Wow. And yet, football fans, it's 14-7.
Yep.
So stats will say a lot, but the final score is what counts. I'm in bound up here.
Will be interesting to see with the passing attack. Johnny K. Brenner, a couple nice throws there towards the second end of the second quarter. There had one in the end zone, really nice ball. If they kind of unleash that, see if they can't go down the field a little bit more.
I think Archbold can open up a little bit more.
Yep.
Keep Liberty Center honest.
Yep. And they got the receivers to do it. I mean, they are very athletic on the outside. They have the ability to do so.
Well, and there you go. Now, some play action, some throwback, reverse type of formation passes. We haven't seen all the stuff in Liberty's playbook yet. But when the runs have been so close, shoestring tackles time after time by the Blue Streaks, and that's the only thing that the only thing different from what we've seen other teams. We're running the football like we do against everybody else. Archbold just a split second quicker, able to hang on for dear life. And how's the second half going to unfold?
When you continue to get that run game going, it wears the defense down. Those secondary players are making those shoestring tackles. Those are going to be harder now as they continue to get pressure put on them from these long runs from Liberty. So Liberty's stay on the ground, stay on the tack, continue to pound.
I think the key to the second half, Archbold gets the ball to start the second half. Now, Liberty Center's got to make a huge stop early, right away.
Yep.
And get the ball back and take as much clock as you can, because Archbold will come back, throw a quick pass or a fake whatever like they did in the first half.
They are definitely explosive. I mean, this run game, these extended drives for Liberty are very important because they can go up top, and Archbold can score very quickly. They've shown a couple of these passes they were not successful on. They can go down the field and they can stretch you.
If for Liberty Center, you should have like 10, 12 play drives. Take 6.5, 7 minutes off the clock.
Yes.
Yep.
Keep it simple.
Yep.
Yeah, and Archbold has not had turnovers. They have not had penalties. They have not shot themselves in the foot.
Correct.
So you can't count out, the small dog in the fight, if you will. And I'm not referring to Archbold as a small dog whatsoever. But if Liberty Center has the material, Archbold's playing with everything they've got, and that's why this game just isn't going to be over until the final seconds.
That's right.
Yep, a little bit scary, but that's what we do. Captain, have we got some sponsors?
Yes, we do. KK Collision, the leader in auto repair industry for 27 years, north on 109. Meyer Badenhop Insurance, 1933. Northwest Ohio's been the home of the Meyer Badenhop Insurance Agency. STN Design, your home for custom screen printing and embroidery. 3-cord, sign it, sew it, screen it, print it. Davis Farm Services, a family-owned agronomy business serving Northwest Ohio farmers for over 50 years. Swanton Welding, providing their customers with the highest quality services in metal fabrication since 1956. Pam and Dick Leatherman, the Pizzanella's Pizza Place Uptown Liberty Center. Pizza, subs, wings, salads, and a wide variety of appetizers right there in downtown. The Gerald Grain Center is a family-owned cooperative with 9 locations in Northwest Ohio and one right smack dab in the middle of good old Liberty Center, Spiker.
Got it.
All right, you guys out there watching, I am making some adjustments on our scoreboard camera, so hang in there with me. I'm getting it. We're trying to figure out why we've got condensation and stuff on it, but we'll figure it out here, I promise.
Captain, we got any scores come rolling in anywhere?
I do not, Spike. I do not have any scores coming in yet. So it's been a busy night out there. One of the other big games is the Patrick Henry game, and we'll try to get a score on that here. But right now I'm working on the scoreboard camera. It's a little fuzzy. About 1:32 left here in the halftime, and we'll try to figure this out here. Give me a second here. And again, join us next week as we, we've got a lot of volleyball, 8th grade football. We've got, 5 or 6 broadcasts next week, Tuesday, Thursday. Friday we'll be on the road at Swanton. And the Bulldogs, we always have an interesting shot from the Bulldogs. Remember the year, Spike, we were up on top of the roof of that thing?
Oh, boy.
Boy, it's a wonder we're still alive.
Yeah, that was about 3,000 feet in the air.
Yeah, with no rail.
All right, the team's just now back onto the field, so it's standard operating procedure that they add 3 minutes on to the halftime break.
Do got a few scores here, Spike.
All
we got Bryan and Delta 14-14 at the half. We got Napoleon and Anthony Wayne. Anthony Wayne 14-7 up on Napoleon at the half. Let's see what else we got here. We got Wasion up 34-7 on Swanton. Let's see if I can find a few more here for you. Patrick Henry up 22-0 on Evergreen at the half. Let's see if I can find Bryan on here.
That Napoleon score was
that's pretty close. That's
14-7.
Anthony Wayne's tough squad.
Anthony Wayne. This is a yearly powerhouse in that conference. Them and Perrysburg and 7 or 8 others.
Yeah, it's good to see Napoleon show up there. They had a tough one last week, it sounded like, and looking for their first win.
All right.
And once again, we're trying to bring the scoreboard camera back into play here. We're working on that. We're going to try to go to a black and white mode. We've got some glare off the scoreboard. We're not really sure if we can't get it back on. We'll leave it up there, make it small, but we'll stay on the clock for you guys as you're out there watching it.
Well, Brian, one thing about this, I am not comfortable with just 2 scores.
No.
Our defense may contain them for the most part, but with this explosive home run ball threat, this game is never over. I think Liberty's going to need 2 more scores, and then they're never going to be able to breathe easy.
I agree, Spike. I mean, they had a couple big plays that they just missed on for 2 more touchdowns. Archbold did in that first half, so they can get this offense rolling. They have a big play. They have big play threats on the outside. So, two-score game. I feel a little bit better about that. 14-0 at half. I would have felt a little better. We've got 14-7. A little bit more interesting as Archbold gets the ball here in the second half.
And the mental end of it, the emotion. You just got yourself, instead of kicked in the fanny, you just got a big hug and a kiss, and you're right back in the game. So Archbold, they're going to feel a lot better about themselves now.
They got a little confidence in that offense rolling there, and they had a couple of them big shots that were there. So it'll be interesting to see if they go back to that and take a few more shots down the field.
Oh, I imagine they will. There'll be a lot of play action. They want to try to neutralize Liberty Center's defense, and that's the best way. Now, on the other hand, Liberty Center's coaching staff and the team has learned this. They're not going to take this laying down. They're going to come back.
Absolutely.
There's going to be plenty of fight on this Tiger team, and I look for them to have a great start to this third quarter.
Yeah, we're going to have a battle.
Obviously, this possession is going to tell a lot about the course of the game.
No doubt. This kickoff.
Guys,
go ahead,
I'm
Mark.
sorry. No, we're going to have to stay on the scoreboard or scoreboard camera. For some reason, the LEDs on this scoreboard are wigging everything out. Everybody's scoreboard cameras are off right now, so we'll have to stay on. It's kind of fuzzy, but we'll have to stay on the clock and the score here.
Watch this kickoff here. Last one, they took to the house, so they got 2 dynamic returners back there. So let's see what Liberty can do here.
All right, here's Walker. low line drive, and that's going to be taken there at the 8-yard line. Now return, cut back to the left, running room, and now finally brought down under a host. Returns it up to about
51.
The 25-yard
Tyler Lay.
line.
Yep.
Cam Colley, I think, around that pile there as well.
All right.
Here we go.
So Liberty Center contains on the kickoff. Archbold with ball position at their own 25. Ball on the far hash. They send out a wide receiver to the narrow side. 2 over here to the wide side. Tigers show a 3-man front. The Scouts out there, a little quick shot over the middle. Caught for 8 yards on just a quick slant from the tight end.
Yeah, it looked like a little back out of the
backfield
backfield there.
yes.
It just kind of ran a little loop right there in the middle of the field.
All right. 2nd and 1, just underway here in the second half. 14-7 Liberty. Give straight up the middle. And that's good for about 3.
Looks like Navarre got him from behind, number 70 there.
Set the bar.
So
Going fast here. Archbold's going fast. A little bit of hurry up. They want to put some pressure on this defense.
Yep, keep Liberty Center from substituting. So now they set trip receivers to the wide side, out of the gun, rolling right behind the blocker. Has time, has to double pump fake. Nobody there. Chambers with good coverage out here along the sideline.
Navarre was
Navarre was coming backside. Colton cut him off there. Basically kept him in the pocket. Navarre, good backside pursuit there. Got a little pressure. That's good. They like to roll Brenner out. He throws pretty well on the run. He also can set up and throw a deep ball pretty quick. So they've been doing that a little bit more, getting him out and giving him the option to run it as well.
All right, so this time they huddle up. Now come out with trip receivers over here to the wide side. By himself, keeps it right up the middle, and he's going to maybe a yard, and that's it. The Tigers close fast. Wow.
Bockelman and Lay on the tackle.
They have not had much success out of that formation tonight. I've watched the last 2 weeks, and they hurt Tenora really bad with that, and they hurt St. Henry really bad with that formation. So we'll see if they stick to it here.
All right, gain of a yard, 3rd down and 8. Ball at the 38-yard line, just underway in the second half. First possession, back to throw, launches it downfield, and it's going to be caught down there inside the 40-yard line.
That's a little corner route there, Spike. I'm not sure what coverage Liberty was in. Jack Hurst with a nice catch there. Thomas Muller, good tackle after the catch.
All right, pickup of about 22 yards. 1st and 10 now at Liberty Center's 35-yard line. So Archbold coming right back here to open the second half. Minute and a half gone. Double wide out here, wide side. Straight drop. Looks, now tries to run it. Has to get rid of it. Ball knocked around, and Tigers have a diving effort and an interception down there. Great coverage.
Yeah, that was a good coverage. He was scrambling a little bit there and made a throw on the run. Pretty good throw. Just a little bit of heat on it and tipped it up. Almost had a pick there for Liberty Center off the tip.
Boy, what a football game.
We could use one of them right now, huh?
Yes. Wouldn't have to be a pick six, but I'd take a pick any old day of the week here. All right, ball on the far hash by the Tiger side. Trip receivers over here. One setback. Now gives it off that left side and scoots forward for about 3 on the play. It'll be 3rd down, 6 coming up. 10 minutes left here in this third
tackle
quarter.
There. Seth Navarre, I believe, as well on that tackle.
All right, quick to the line of scrimmage on 3rd and 7. He's going to roll right.
Ooh.
Looks upfield. Throw.
There we go, Cammy.
Picked off.
Get up, Cam.
35. Heading down the sideline.
Yes, sir.
He's got one man there. A great
going to the
block there
house.
to hold him out.
Yes,
And
sir.
he's going to go to the end zone.
Big
Mr.
one.
Thomas
Big one,
Muller
Spike.
goes for a Liberty Center 80-yard touchdown interception. Baby.
Well, and is that 2 in 2 weeks?
Yeah, Cam Colley's really started to jump some routes. That's a player that's.
I think
building
he had one.
confidence.
He had one in the first quarter.
Yes, he did.
That was
Cam
Cam
Colley.
Colley,
That
number
was Cam
7.
Colley. He had a pick
My
through the
bad.
house last week.
Yes, sir.
Another one here tonight. Saw that route, jumped underneath it. What a great play. Great read there by Cam.
Well, you said you wouldn't take a pick six, Spike, so
Hey.
just you have to be quiet. Don't say anything about it. You didn't want it.
No, I didn't want a pick six. Duh.
What a change of events. Archbold with a little bit of a drive going there, and Cam with a great pick.
All right, extra point attempt coming. The snap is good. The hold is good. And Ian Rosebrock pounds it through. So just like that, another twist and turn of events. And the Tiger defense makes a big play here. Jigs, you played in the defensive backfield. Do you, as the game goes on against a throwing team, is that something that you mature with on the reads,
Yeah, absolutely.
on the jumps?
You get to see where their receivers are making their breaks, where they're cutting, kind of getting some of these routes. You see them on film, but until you see them live, you don't know exactly where these guys are going. So you see them a couple times. By about the third quarter, Cammy was measuring that, and boom, he measured that one the right way, jumped it, and what a great. Listen, that's not easy to do.
No,
it's one thing to knock a ball down, to be able to jump underneath and take to the house. two weeks for Cam Colley. That's a great
and that's
job.
a little. Could it be considered just somewhat of a gamble rather
It
than making the tackle, or you play it?
Well, in this case, though, I was watching. He had a backside cover.
Yeah.
So somebody was back. He jumped the route, but he had somebody behind him.
Sometimes what you'll see now is maybe they'll go a pump and go. Maybe they'll go out and go and try to get him bleeding up and get behind him, but. Man, oh man, what a change of events.
Yes.
The changes. It looked like Archbold had all the momentum on that drive.
Oh, yeah.
Really
And
running
totally negated Archbold getting the ball at the half.
Yeah.
Just totally negated.
That's right.
All right, Walker.
Oh, come on, guys. You got to get on side.
Bounces around. Uh-oh.
That's offsides again.
Ouch.
Those are just mental mistakes.
Okay, that gives me a second to ask another or make another comment. Let you get in here. But you think about Liberty Center and their offensive line wearing a team down in the second half.
Yep.
Here's a situation where you could almost say the defensive backs were wearing him down.
Yeah, absolutely. And
in
Brenner,
a mental sort of
Brenner's
way.
got a lot of confidence in his arm. You can see, he has a very live arm, and he thought he could sneak that one in there, but Cammy he kind of baited him, looked like, and made the jump on and made the pick.
All right, so now Liberty Center with the 5-yard backup will kick off from the 35. There's another line drive. That's going to bang around, bounce around. Third hop, picked up there at the 12. Return right away.
Good job.
Right there.
Great job.
Right there. He got combined.
Waylon Rentz, the first one down in coverage there, Spike. What a great open field tackle. Didn't have a lot of others around him to help there, but
you know what? Waylon Rentz would have made a great Tarzan, king of the jungle. What a wild man.
He plays like a wild man.
Yes.
He does.
All the Cruise boys can be boy.
Yeah.
Well, I say that superficially. All right, now Archbold with the football at the 22-yard line. Near handoff, trying to kick it around the outside, and then not much. Whoa, kicks it through there and has a seam. Picks up about 9 on the play.
Trent Cruz there just got his hands up a little bit. He thought he was getting held there.
He was.
At the first line of defense.
He absolutely was on that.
All right, so they've scripted more of this no-huddle stuff. Liberty Center scrambles around on defense. I think from a standpoint of being in shape and being able to handle this, that's not going to bother Liberty. But and in
Xander. Good job, Xander.
Sagarino.
Pushing the pocket from the inside, had nowhere to go there.
You're going to have to let one of those go. You know that, Spike.
Well, I'm going to wait till it's the fourth quarter.
And if you get thrown out,
it don't matter.
I'll just take over.
Woo!
Yeah.
All right, so a loss of 3 on the play, third down and a short 5 yards. Archbold out of the huddle, in shotgun. Now they tighten it up and motion a man over. So they got a tight end right now, motion back the other way.
Yeah, they're going to have to call timeout.
Multiple fronts,
Play clock was running out on them. And I'll tell you what, that's a critical mistake here, because you get down into this game, Archbold's not going to be out of it for a while. You know they're not.
Right.
And you get down into the fourth quarter here, that timeout could be critical.
Yep, for sure.
Captain, God, much as I hate to say it, that might have been one of your most watch-worthy, one of his most nail on the button comments you've ever made. Now all we need is where'd Digger go anyway?
No. We don't want him to talk. He ain't even talk. Shut up, Digger. He ain't even over here.
Big third down
Grandma
here.
Jean, I suppose your heart's thumping just like mine is at this.
She's got her big screen TV going, Spike. She's watching
you
every
gotta
bit of
love
this.
Yeah, and the fire pit crew. Anyway.
8:16 left on the scoreboard here.
Wow.
Trying to decipher that through
All
our
right.
fuzz.
3rd down and 5. Out of the gun. Back to throw. Lofts it out there. Got a man open at the 28-yard line. Evades one tackle. Spins forward. Finally brought down from behind.
Good
Colton
play.
Cruz and Waylon Rentz in there.
Good play there by Brenner. Kind of came back to his third option and got the back out of the backfield and was able to get the first down there.
Yeah, the screen pass has been effective for Archbold. And I think it could be even more effective for Liberty if they opt to go that way.
Well, Brenner's been really patient. He's been waiting, and that back will slip out.
Yep, a lot of composure. Now they'll hand off, trying to run outside. They run right into a ramrod. Forget about that.
That Waylon?
No, that's
That Bachman?
That's Baki. Baki puts his arms around you. You're not going anywhere. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's like a
Great
bear.
pursuit
It's like a bear grabbing you.
by Landon Bachman.
Grizzly bear.
Coming and guys, he came from the opposite side of that play.
Wow.
He has been disruptive tonight.
Man,
Very disruptive.
Mountain cannon. Okay, now Archbold with now they shift the receiver to the other side. Straight drop. They loft it. They set up a
But look
screen
at this.
again.
Trent
and
Cruz, what a read.
Play.
What a
that
read.
might have been the read
Guys,
of the game on defense.
He was calling. He called that. He called that. He said right here. He was pointing to it.
You could tell he was shot out of a cannon. He read that the whole way. What a play there, Trenton Cruz.
And Casey Moeller, one of the things he said in the interview this week is the Defiance coaches were getting a little concerned because Trenton was out there calling their plays. He'd watch how the guard lineup, and they're like, wait a minute, wait. And he's calling.
It's a student of the
game.
game.
And he did that. He called that.
Student of the game.
All right. Now 3rd down and 12. They sent a man in motion. Dropping back to throw. In trouble. Has to dump
get up, Grady.
Intercepted
Get
at
up,
the
Grady.
50. Down the sideline. Makes another cut. Now still going. Pounding and gets down inside the 10-yard line.
You give that interception to Landon Bachman,
that's
buddy.
Right. Bachman was breathing
Who
down
put the pressure
his
on
neck.
the quarterback?
Landon Bachman.
That was Baki. Wow.
Absolutely. We talked a little bit earlier about making Brenner uncomfortable. And that was uncomfortable. When you got Landon Bachman breathing down your neck,
We
that
got
is
the bear hug going on.
uncomfortable. And he made a bad throw there.
Guys, let's just quickly talk when we get time about the difference in the defensive backs between game number 1 and these games. And talk about the coaching and the adjustments when we get a chance.
All right. So Amstutz under center. Ball at the 9-yard line. Give off that left side. Tripped up in the backfield. Dives forward was Colton Cruz for maybe a yard on the play.
Going back to that interception, that's a great catch by Grady. Sometimes when you're like so open, you're like, oh my, he's throwing it to me. You can drop a ball like that, right?
You never did though,
well,
did you, Brian?
I dropped plenty. Don't worry. But he stayed composed.
That's not your point, is it?
Made the catch and made a great return on that, Grady.
All right, 2nd and goal from the 7. Backs offset to the left. Amstutz under center. Give to the second back off the right side. That's Colton Cruz. Pounds down inside the 5, down to the 1-yard line.
Oh my goodness! How could they tell?
Boy.
Wow, he's down
close.
there about a foot away from the goal line.
Well, let's see. Here comes that full house. That eye.
Oh yeah, I like
with
that
Xander
formation.
Zyder in the eye. We're going to see that. Or here, let me call this play. Let's just run behind Bachman.
Good idea.
Yeah, I got
Good
this.
idea.
I'm all over it.
Yeah, Baki having one of those special games. All right, so the Tigers come out.
Here comes that eye.
The eye. Xander Zyder, the lead back. The snap. Give to the 3rd.
Yes,
running
sir.
home and pounds.
There it is.
He's in. It's a Liberty Center Tiger Touchdown!
Colton Cruz, great run, great blocking up
I'm so
front.
proud of you, Spike.
I'm struggling.
I'm like a parent beaming over
I'm
here.
struggling.
Talk about a change in momentum, Spike. We were 14-7, Archbold driving, and now we got 28-7 with 5 minutes left in this third quarter. Things have changed.
You know, we talked about Liberty pounding on those linemen. Liberty pounding, and now these first two series, the quarterback's been under pressure.
Yep.
He's been in the hands of our big linemen.
Yep.
Our defensive backs are getting a better look because the quarterback's having to roll out, so it's limited. And Brian, you can answer this. When they roll out, it limits the field, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. I mean, you're basically
Good point.
throwing to a quarter of the field at that point on a rollout, unless you got a big-time arm where you can stick your foot and throw it back across, but not many people can do that.
I don't know
I
that
couldn't do that.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, that's not our point again.
He hasn't shown that he'll run out of that
That's right.
roll out or sprint out. He'll keep it, a little quarterback keeper up the middle.
Yes.
But he hasn't showed us once that he'll
No,
run the ball.
he is rolling out to throw the ball. Absolutely. He is not looking to throw on the rollouts.
Well, and would you want to run and take a hit from the cruise
No.
missiles or Baki tracking you down from the backside
Well, once again, we started talking about kind of some of the big hits from last week and how they were taking effect on Otsego, and you might start seeing some of that here too, where Brenner's taking some of these hits, and that you begin to play a little bit faster when that happens. The game moves faster than it's actually moving, and we're starting to see that a little bit.
Well, and these mistakes of Archbold's here in the third quarter, some of that's coming from Liberty Center's pressure.
Yep.
Liberty Center making plays.
Yep.
That's a great point, Spike. That is the case.
And that was Grady on that interception?
Yeah, Grady Miller intercepted. And it was thrown right to him because he was in the bear hug.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Walker to kick off. That's going to bound around and finally picked up at the 12-yard line. Looks like return this way. Breaks the seam. Tigers have him hemmed in and tackled at the 28-yard line.
Landon Cruz with a good tackle there.
Boy.
I like that adjustment, Spike, on these kickoffs. On the special teams of rolling that ball. Obviously, they had the kickoff return, two dynamic returners. Put the ball on the ground, make them pause a little bit, give us a little bit more time to get our defense down there. And good job there.
Yeah, and you talk about the coaching staff and how they make adjustments. And I'll tell you what, guys, adjustments and defense wins championships, man.
Okay, yes, you're right. Now, trip receivers over to the far side. Now throws to the sideline. Hit right away.
Tackle.
Caught up there at the 32.
They ran that route again. That's that same route that Cammie picked off. So
look for the pump fake.
Careful. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. He
yeah.
wasn't too early on that. It was
All right, Archbold wants the ball spotted there, right there. They're running that quick offense. Okay, out of the gun, two wideouts. They're going to give it straight up the middle. Found the seam, brought down, finally up around midfield by Bainfeld, yeah.
Good tackle.
Well, you keep pounding that middle, and once in a while the seam will open. But the Tigers' defensive front seven has done a great job to seal most of that off. All right,
going to
1st and
four
10.
down linemen.
Yep, from midfield, back to throw. Throws a little out route, and that's going to be caught right away about 8 yards upfield.
Cam all over that one again. Just missed that one. We talked about eliminate the yards after the catch, though, right? If he's going to catch it, let's get him down and let's make him run a couple here to try to get another first down.
Yeah, make them earn a drive, and that right now is what Liberty Center is doing. All right, trip receivers to the wide side. Ball on this right hash. Now motion back this way in front of the quarterback. They're going to run a little swing over there.
Oh, pushing the back.
And a nice job.
Great job, Cam Colley.
Okay,
Cam was basically, he was blocked there, shed that block, kept that runner to the inside, and still made that tackle. That was textbook right there by corner play.
Oh, yeah. No, we gave up 5 yards, and they got a first down. But we're making them grind this thing.
Well, the clock is running, too, because that was an inbounds tackle. So,
yep, 3.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Blue Streaks with the ball at the Tiger 38. Again, they go with their standard set of trip receivers to the wide side. Straight drop. Gets rid of it all alone out there in the flats and caught down to the 30. So Archbold methodically moving it 6 to 8 yards of play.
But the clock is not their ally right now, Spike. And that clock is still running with those inbound
keeping
tackles.
things in front, eliminating the big play.
All right, straight drop, looks, throws on a little out route. And
good defense there, but Bain fell right on the tight end. Who was that? Waylon Rentz, I think, had some pressure there, too. I saw
big collision between him and the big tackle. And it was a stalemate, guys. The big tackle for Archbold had enough respect for Waylon Rentz. He helped him up.
All right, third down now, 2 to go. Ball at the Tiger 30. Same trip receiver set for Archbold. Tigers showing blitz. They pitch it up underneath the blitz. And
first down there, I think.
A well-timed call for Archbold. They ran it right from where the blitz was happening.
Yep. Little shuttle pass.
Yeah.
Xander and Noah Jensen on the tackle there.
Boy, that was something. The Dallas Cowboys used to like that shovel pass.
It's tricky. I never liked running that play as a quarterback, that inside pitch towards the line. Ooh.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, Archbold on the move there at the Tiger 27, first down. Back to throw, has time, now launches.
Good job, Grady.
And ball well overthrown.
Ran him out of bounds.
Great job,
Was that Grady on
oh,
his man?
Boy, it's late.
Oh, no!
You know, I think Grady was right in possession there. He did a good job. He might have rode him out of bounds a little bit, but that was that pump and go. That was the play right there, and Grady was all over.
Warned us about,
there wasn't much contact there.
But and I'll tell you what, that was the guy that was on the other side of Grady Miller.
Mm-hmm.
The guy on the far side was right there.
Yeah, he
ran up the lane and didn't call it. So that's you don't want to get on a referee, but that's not his call.
Yeah. All right, from the 27-yard line, the ball half the distance. I assume it's on the 13. So Archbold, the 15-yard penalty assessed. It turns out
to be
about
Hurst
13.
as the Wildcat here. Watch for him to run. Here it comes. Little pitch.
And kicks it outside.
Good job,
Colton
Colton Chambers.
Play, gets
great
the ball
job.
Down to the 13-yard line.
You know, that's a great tackle by Colton. He had outside leverage there, got him outside, made him cut back in, and still made the tackle. That was a good job.
And the quarterback got hit, too, so he had to pitch it. He had no chance.
Clock is running. 2 minutes to go here in period number 3. Liberty Center on the strength of some defensive picks. They go up or 2 scores, and they're up 28-7. But Archbold on the march, threatening here from the 13. Second down. Straight drop. Looks. Now has to scramble right. Still looking. In trouble. Now gets out of bounds on the sideline there. About the 8. So it'll be a pickup of about 4 yards.
Good job, Brooks Bainfeld there to run him out without hitting him. Don't need a penalty, late hit, or anything out of bounds.
All right.
Here we go.
The ball now spotted right at the 10-yard line. So that was a
four down territory here.
Field goal's not going to be in the playbook
here.
Okay, out of the gun with a single protector. Motion toward the wide side. He'll roll to his left. Looking upfield. Good coverage out there. Ball launched, and that's way out of bounds. Incomplete.
Great job. Good bracket
Double
there.
Coverage was very effective.
Yeah, Landon Cruz and Grady had him bracketed there. Maybe that was Colton and Grady had him bracketed.
Colton.
It's a great job.
Now, critical fourth down and 7. We'll call it from the 10-yard line. Wow. Archbold moved the ball down, but it's very tough. The Tigers giving ground grudgingly here, making the Blue Streaks earn it. So here we go. Fourth down, tight formation. Straight drop. Looks in trouble.
Got him. Waylon Reds.
Whoa, baby boy, that's a nail head pound there.
It's just a bulldog coming at you, and he could not evade the rush there. Great sack, Waylon Rentz.
Did
Big
I
stop.
hold that down good enough?
Hey, you're fine, buddy. You're fine.
Wow.
Spike,
Not in Danny's ear, but we're good.
Spike gets a little loud when everybody looks over their shoulder like, uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, we're going to get railed out of
Somebody
here.
coming to escort him out of here.
Wow, what a defensive stand the Liberty Center gave up ground tough. Now they're back on offense with a single set tight formation. Give straight ahead.
That was a collision
Colton
there.
Cruz picks up a yard right up the middle. Now Liberty Center with only 1:10 left on the third quarter clock. It's ball control time. Now, as a quarterback, and say you're calling your own plays here, but doing it with the Casey Moeller brain child here, do you grind it? Do you look for the one big play?
I think you grind as much as you can.
Ball control.
Yeah.
Okay, give straight ahead on the quick dive.
we got a
Still
hole there,
grinding. Pounds up across the 30-yard line. Pickup of about 6.
Flags everywhere. About 6 of them.
Stinking rotten, no good yellow flag again.
Chop block.
It's going to probably go against
It
Liberty
is.
by the way this looks. Ooh.
Yep.
What is that? Is that 10 yards or 15 yards?
I think it's a personal foul, I
Is
think.
it? Okay.
All right.
We'll see
the
here.
line of scrimmage is the 25-yard line. So Liberty looking at maybe getting backed up 12.5 yards here.
Nope, 10 yards.
Okay, it's a 10-yard penalty, so it goes back to the 15.
But I think it's repeated down, though, so it'll be second down again.
Yeah, I think Liberty's, obviously here they're going to be very conservative, but
right.
Yeah, for the most part, yes. I
Obviously,
mean, if we
you
get the ball
don't,
close to midfield and they need a little pass here, I'm sure we would. But with 28-7 and getting into the fourth quarter, and we've controlled them for the most part on defense, I think we'll be very conservative here the rest of the way.
Okay. So Amstutz now out of the gun. 2 protectors, a little cross buck. They fake play it. And Amstutz in trouble, just stays on his feet, heads for the sideline, stays out of losing yardage.
He stayed in bounds, too. That was important.
Great job. I mean, listen, when it's not there, that deep in your own zone there, don't make a stupid throw, right?
All right.
Don't make a bad throw.
Right.
That
Hey,
was a good job,
one
Atlanta.
last time for our sponsors here because they make these broadcasts happen. Gerald Green Centers, the family-owned cooperative, 9 locations here in Northwest Ohio. Pizzanella's Pizza, that family restaurant right uptown in Liberty Center. Salads, pizza, wings, and a nice buffet most days. Pam and Dick Leatherman and Leatherman Farms. Swanton Welding, they've been providing their customers with high-quality metal fabrication service since 1956. Davis Farm Services, a family-owned agronomy business serving Northwest Ohio farmers for well over 50 years. 3 chords, sign it, sew it, screen it, print it.
Oh, I love it. I love that.
Affinity
Captain.
IT Group, your home for cybersecurity and managed services. STN Design, your custom screen printing and embroidery place. Meyer Badenhop Insurance since 1933. Northwest Ohio has been the home of the Meyer Badenhop Insurance Agency. And finally, last but not least, KK Collision, leader in auto repair, has been servicing Northwest Ohio's auto needs for 27 years. And Spike, they will be the sponsor and are the sponsor of the postgame show. And Spike, we got a big announcement with postgame tonight. But guys, get ready. Woo, woo, here comes the campaign train. Offensive player, defensive player, and the unit of the game, Spike.
I can't wait. All right, now Liberty Center needs to
3rd and
protect
24.
the football, obviously. We're heading for the fourth quarter. 3rd down and 11 from around
24.
24-yard line.
From the 11.
Oh, I from the 11, and yep, I read it wrong. Kicks outside, following a block, makes a nice cut back across the green.
Ooh.
Still alive, and bangs his way up across the 15 to the 17-yard line.
Uh-oh. We got another penalty. Hopefully that was not a late.
Yep,
I
that's
saw,
going to be a late hit on Liberty.
Something
Yep.
Clayton Seal with somebody. I'm not sure what happened there.
Stinking rotten, no good.
Well,
Flags
Spike,
all
that was
night
a
long.
very unnecessary hit on the Blue Streak player.
Yeah, I didn't.
No, that was a very. We're not going to talk about it. It was not something that is Liberty Center-esque, guys. We're going to say that right now. So, we got 11:46 left here. Liberty Center, they're going to take care of the player. We got a break in the action. Let's talk about. Let's talk about our schedule. Next week, we've got volleyball on Tuesday, Thursday. We've got 8th grade football coming up. Full schedule. Check our website, lctigersportslive.com. Also, and if you noticed our logo change today, the new logo, we'll have a merchandise store up, guys, and we've got this secret, super secret, double secret shirt that we're going to put out, and you'll be able to see the unveiling of it at our open house on Liberty Days, the Fall Fest, up at our studio at 102 West North Street. Right there by Gerald Grain Center and right behind the old Galloway Saloon. You'll be able to see that, and I'm telling you guys, you're going to want 2 or 3 of these shirts. They're monumentous.
They're unique, to say the least. Well, continue to look at the downed Archbold Blue Streak out there at the 15-yard line. You know, look at this entire game, and the Tiger defense has played terrifically against a team that's averaging nearly 40 points a game, and they've been able to neutralize about everything they've done. A kickoff return has been their only score.
It's been an impressive showing. Like I said, I watched a couple of their games kind of leading up to this, and their offense was scary looking. When they played against Sonora and St. Henry, just everything was working. Jack Hurst out of the Wildcat was running all over the place. Big plays in the passing game, and I'm like, okay, well they're going to have something here, but just speaks to Liberty's defense on all levels. I mean, this secondary has really come on. They're making a lot of plays. The line is, we already know what they are, and these linebackers are a nasty group, so they are playing at a high level again tonight and neutralizing this Archbold high-powered offense.
Okay.
Hey, we're going to talk about a little bit about our schedule next week. Again, we've got Tuesday, Thursday, and we will be traveling to the Swanton Bulldogs Stadium next week as we're two games in a row. Liberty Center's on the road. And then this Saturday, the Archbold Blue Streaks will come to Liberty Center. And then the following Saturday, we'll have the Swanton Bulldogs there. So, all right, the player's up under his own power here, walking off the field.
Walking off, with
that will be a personal foul against Liberty Center.
Well, then 11:46. That was just the opening of the fourth quarter. So Tigers now deep in their own territory. So this sucker ain't over yet by any means. Archbold, of course, will look to.
Really important once again here, backed up on this snap, fielding this snap, and for Max Walker getting a good kickoff.
Yep. Line of scrimmage, the 11.
And again, the penalties piling up for Liberty Center. You know, they just can't have this, guys. This is not a playoff caliber team at this point.
Okay. Return people back at the 45-yard line. A wobbler comes up, makes the grab, slips past one. We've got a flag on the play around the sideline, running room, down the corner, into the end zone, and Archbold
There's a flag back here, though. I think it's going to be a push in the back by Archbold.
You might have it.
It's a block in the back.
Number 12, Chase Miller, man, he's gotten loose a little bit tonight. He is an explosive player, good-looking player. Good run there by him. Maybe coming back.
Yep, flag.
Either that or it's the ball marker.
The 45.
That's the ball marker.
Okay.
Oh, my. I thought for sure that was a flag. That was where he
No,
caught
that's
it.
the ball marker.
So there you go. Archbold
That-
turns in that great field position into
We might want to start kicking away from that guy. I mean,
Well,
40
guys, and that
40-yard
started with the dumb penalties, and I'm going to use the word dumb. That was a dumb penalty. Liberty Center's now hurting themselves, and they can't really afford it against this Blue Streak team.
All right, so he is officially. No, they don't have the score marked up on the board yet.
Liberty with a timeout. I don't think they got in.
No, I
thought
don't
he
either.
did.
I think they
Oh,
marked him
yeah,
short.
they
He's
marked
on
him.
like the 2-yard line.
Oh,
Or no, he's on like the 4-yard line.
wow.
I'm looking at the down marker over here. So it's
I-
first and goal on the 3.
Okay. I looked up. I saw the
Yeah,
3-yard line. I thought, well, that's going for the extra point. But no, he apparently did not get in then. So, a timeout called. Let me see. Each team now with 2 timeouts. So that was called by Liberty Center.
Yeah, and the Archbold coaches are going, hey, pick up your ball marker.
A lot of time left here. A lot of time left. You know,
Way
Archbold
too much time.
Archbold can certainly get hot. You know, if they can punch this and get a quick stop, they can go over the top. They have the ability. We've seen it. They've missed on a few, big plays over the top. So
All right,
really
we're-
important here for Liberty's defense.
A tight formation, no wideouts. Quarterback keeps it and picks up maybe.
Second effort.
He's in.
Yep, he's in. Touchdown.
Second effort.
That was out of the Wildcat, I
Yeah,
Yep,
believe.
Jack
it was.
Hurst, I think, is
Straight
who
ahead
scored
dive
that.
Yeah,
into the
15.
score.
He's a hard runner. He's a hard runner.
Boy,
Archbold able to punch it there.
a kickoff return and a punt return for touchdowns,
Yeah.
and Archbold right back in it.
Yeah, and
28-13, 11-17 left in the ball game. Well, a low snap. Took a long time to get it spotted, but they
Wow, good hands by the holder there.
put it together, and they got the point. 28-14 now.
yeah, I think Archbold's got to be thrilled to be in this position right now because honestly, the way we
Yes.
dominated offensively
Yes.
and defensively, penalties and the special teams not as well tonight, but for the most part, Liberty's dominated this game, and they're within 2 scores.
Yeah, Liberty, you're right, Brian. Liberty has dominated this game except for 2 or 3 plays.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they're self-destructing.
Yeah.
The penalties have to stop. It's and that last penalty, guys, that was just dumb. And that is not Casey Moeller football. I can tell you that right now, and that's going to be taken care of.
Yeah, it won't be. It's not Liberty Center.
It'll
Film
be
sessions.
ugly tomorrow.
Yeah, film sessions are never
All
fun.
right.
If you see somebody in a Liberty Center jersey walking down Road C, that might be
Yeah. All right, so a lot of football game left here. Archbold trails by 2 scores. Look for a lot of chicanery and a lot of wide open stuff out of them on both sides of the ball. Left-footed kickoff. End over end. That's going to come down short. Taken on the run at the 18-yard
Cam.
line. Return
Get up,
straight ahead.
Cammy.
A lot of running room there. Kicks it into second gear. Makes a switch move.
Get up,
past
Cam.
him. And he
He's
gets
gone.
the 30. The 20.
Yes, sir.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
no. Oh, yes, it is. It's a Liberty Center Tiger touchdown return, an 80-yard kickoff return, and just like that, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away, but it just gave one right back to the Tiger.
What a return there by Cam Colley. He caught that with speed, made one cut, and he was gone. And all of a sudden, we got a playmaker, Cam Colley. I mean, we have 3 touchdowns in the last 2 weeks, 2 interception return in this kickoff. What a play.
Guys,
What a play.
I actually have a final score. PH beat Evergreen 38-0.
Now there'll be a handful.
What an answer
All
there
right.
by Liberty
Wow,
Center, Spike.
Unbelievable. 34-14, point after touchdown coming up.
That Cam Colley, we might have to get that guy the ball a little bit more. Wow.
All right, good snap, good hold, kick on the way. It is good. 35-14.
I haven't seen 2 kickoff returns in a game in a long time.
Yeah,
one by Archbold tonight, one by Liberty Center.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know when I've seen that.
Yeah.
So, hey, 2 things. Number one, if you're watching our broadcast, our scoreboard thing is fuzzy. I don't know. I've checked with the other outlets here. Everybody's scoreboard cameras are freaking out over the LEDs on the board. So we'll try to stay on the clock for you guys. The other thing is, I made a comment. I got about 3 people texting me about this one. Is the reason I said Pisanello's has great buffet most days is they don't have it every day. It's not like it's bad on some days.
No, Pisanello's is the best.
They don't have it every day is what I meant.
All right. Boy, what a... It's... Liberty Center had 2 long drives. Other than that, this has been fireworks.
Yeah, it has.
Well, guys, you take
excitement
you take the self-destruction of Liberty's penalties out of this game, and it's not.
Yeah,
it's not close.
That's right.
You know, and I tell you what, no matter what the score is here, Liberty has dominated. You look at you look at the stats tomorrow.
Yeah,
Liberty has dominated this Archbold Blue Streak team.
Yeah. We'll see what we do here on this kickoff. We try to take it out of number 12's hands.
Walker hits it to 12-yard line,
kick.
takes a bounce, picks it up on the second hop, tries to return right, runs, escapes 1 tackle, and now snowed under by a host of 5 Tiger tacklers. Jack Bartell's one of the guys in there.
There's some hitting going on in these kickoff and punt returns. I've seen some bodies flying around on both sides.
Blake Garber, number 14, in on that hit, along with about 3 or 4 other Tigers. Great job to slow the thing down.
Hey, one of our announcers out there, Mr. Phil Snow, the Snowman's sending me scores. Bryan leads Delta 42-21 in the 4th quarter.
Oh, that Bryan offense is spectacular. Woo-hoo, there'll be fireworks when they come to town. All right, so here's Archbold. Trick receivers to the wide side. They're going to run it underneath and off tackle. Good for about 3 yards. You can run that play all night long, boys.
Good job by Stephen Brogan to squeeze that down. Grady to finish him off there. Are we still talking about the clock here? We need to be announcing the clock.
10.5 minutes here in the football game. 35-14. Liberty Center looked like they were in control, 14-0 late in the first half. A 90-yard kickoff return, it's 14-7. Archbold moving the football, and all of a sudden a pick 6, and then another pick later on. Archbold returns a punt for a touchdown. Boy, and hit right away. Good coverage coming up out of the defensive backfield. That was, I believe, Trent Cruz.
Trent Cruz, good tackle.
Again, the clock is running. Hey, 2 quick scores. Swanton over Wauseon over Swanton 48-13. Van Wert is leading Defiance 42-34.
Wow.
Nice
Defiance off to a 3-0 start. Trail by 8 in that one. Anyway, here we go. 3rd down and 3 for the Blue Streaks. The ball on the their own 24-yard line.
Bunch set. I haven't seen that much tonight.
All right, straight drop back, throws a little slant over the middle, caught right away, tackled by Brogan, I believe.
Good hit there by Whalen.
Yeah, and you know,
Brogan.
if you're playing raw football, okay, we gave up 5 yards and a first down, but this is field position stuff.
Absolutely.
We don't Liberty's side of the football. They don't care if you give up 4 yards of play now.
Let's eliminate the big play here. Make him throw it underneath. We'll gang up, make tackle.
Yes. All right, so double receiver to the wide side. Quarterback, hands off. Now figured it. Kayser caught, and a good
no hold
tackle.
Called on the end here.
Good tackle there by
single
Cammy.
digit.
Brenner had some pressure on him there. There were a couple. I think Xander and maybe Bachman running him down on that one.
Here's a give. Straight ahead, an Archbold will pound forward for about 3. That'll give him a first down.
But again, as soon as the sticks are set, that clock's going to run. Archbold can't necessarily afford to chunk off these little pieces like that.
No, and I'm surprised that they're running the football at all.
Yeah.
With 8.5 minutes left, they need to fill the air with footballs. All right, now straight drop. Looks, has people 10 yards downfield, and that's going to be, he caught it, and that's right around the 10-yard marker for the first down. I believe they're
yard short.
A lot of time there for Cade Brenner. When you give him time in a clean pocket, he's got a really nice arm.
All right,
to throw there.
2nd down and 1, 8.5 minutes. Blue Streaks with the ball at their own 48-yard line. Trip receivers over here. Same set. Tigers show blitz. They come. Runs past the blitz, but the Tigers close the range. Stops him for, I don't know if he got the first down.
That's Hunter Spangler.
I don't believe they got another good Hunter.
Sometimes I look at Spangler, and if you change that 4 to a 5, he kind of reminds me of Bachman a little bit with just his size and stature.
I tell you, Casey says he's about
6'3",
230, and Casey said he plays about 250.
Yeah.
And moves like he's 210.
He's a big fella. It's great to see young players like that mixing in.
All right, great stop there. No gain. 3rd and 1 now. Motion coming this way. Quarterback, they're going to run for it, and pounds it up and stays up. Gets across the 50 and down to the 47, a first down for Archbold.
Waylon Rentz, I think, on that tackle there. I think Liberty, Spike, like you said, pretty content with letting this run game go.
Yeah,
we'll just
keep it in front of you.
We'll give you a few, keep it in front, and let's tick, 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 and get this clock out of here.
Yeah, Archbold's got to go downfield here, guys. They just have to.
All right. He'll drop back. They set up the screen. That's caught.
Fumble!
Behind by Spangler. Fumble. The ball's loose on the...
Spangler. Wow, what a play by Hunter Spangler.
Spangler came from behind, caught him. He was heading upfield. Spangler came back, made the tackle,
Great job.
Ran him down.
Yeah.
Wow.
Great effort there, Hunter Spangler. That's what happens. When you round the ball, good things can happen, right? Run to the ball, get in on the play, you never know.
Hey, couple other scores real quick. Anthony Wayne leads Napoleon 21-14. It's a game, guys, in the 3rd.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Yep, Tenora leads Fairview 42-8. And I got to say hi to the Ram Sports Live guys. They're listening to our game while they're doing theirs.
All right, 1st and 10. Quick drop. They're going to throw the home run ball downfield.
Yep.
Incomplete. We're going to get a flag.
Didn't like that, huh?
That was an easy one.
We got some fans cheering from Liberty's side. I think they're happy to see a flag there.
That could be the first Archbold.
Yeah,
I don't remember one.
That could be the first Archbold penalty.
Some sarcastic
really?
cheering going on
Stat
there.
guys, Stat guys confirm.
Right here, Big Red and Mr. Amstutz, and they say that was the first.
That's the first Archbold penalty tonight with 7:05 left here in the 4th.
Oh.
Well, I think they saw a matchup. I think that was one of the things, Casey said that Amstutz can audible. He has that ability and the go. Yep. He must have seen something he liked out there one-on-one.
All right, tight end left, wing right set. Under center, Amstutz. Pitch sweep, running to the outside. Trail there. Trent Cruz pounds forward for about 8 on the play. Grind it out and put it in the bank,
Good
guys.
Run. He has a great ability to get past that first tackle. He did it there and turned that almost a no-gainer into
a lot
nice,
of guys down
yards.
through the years for Liberty Center has done that kind of thing with power.
Yep.
The Cruz brothers do it with swivel hips and spinning and
great
twisting
vision.
and great second steps. All right, now the Tigers. Wing left set, tight end Bainfeld on the right. Amstutz. Pitch second back, Trent Cruz off that left side. He'll pound forward for 4 more yards. That'll move the chains for Liberty Center.
What a great block by Rentz there.
Yep.
Waylon Rentz just threw a solid block on the big defensive end. And I think that's one of the things that's, if anything to me has caught Archbold off guard, is every one of our kids are willing to block their big guys.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Line them up.
Good call, Captain.
Line them up. We don't care. Line them up.
Wow.
Trenton came off a little hobbled there. Looks like he's okay, kind of walking off on the sidelines. Sure don't want to see any injuries now
right.
this late in the game.
Yeah.
All right.
5:57 here left in the fourth. Liberty up 35-14 with the ball.
There's that
High
eye.
formation. They give it to the lead back,
Zider.
Zider. He'll pound forward for 2 right into the teeth of the defense.
Well, Liberty just grinding the clock out now.
Yeah, not a lot doing in the middle there. They had the two 300-pounders in there. That's a tough task. Move those big fellas.
Oh, boy, this is a sweet time of the game. 5.5 minutes to go. Liberty's got the football, and they lead by 3 scores over the Archbold Blue Streaks, one of their arch rivals.
Well, a lot of talk out there about the Archbold dominance, and I tell you guys, Liberty's proving them people wrong.
Yes. All right, they're going to run a jet sweep to Chambers. Chambers around the outside,
Get up,
cuts it back
Colton.
across the green.
He's
Heading
gone.
down the sideline, down the lane to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes! It's a Liberty Center Tiger touchdown!
There it is.
You know, I
is
like that
run
new
game.
mantra of yours, Spike.
Just the run
I'm
game.
not-
Run game just barreling
can't
down
yell
on you.
now.
Well,
It's
those sweeps.
41-14.
Those sweeps, I tell you, and those sweeps have been effective because our wingbacks
Yep.
and our pulling guards are getting out and
That's
just
right.
executing.
Yep. This
Yep,
run game's
and
just
it's
taking its toll.
Just what you guys said. It's a grind them out second half.
Yep.
Liberty Center just tightening the screw
Yep.
ever so tighter. 42-0 or 14.
I-
And Rosebrock again. That kick unit comes through perfectly 7 times tonight. 6 times tonight.
Yeah.
Everts.
Join us again tomorrow,
Duh.
10 o'clock. The Archbold Blue Streaks will come to Rex Lindgren Stadium to take on the Liberty Center Tigers JV game. Kickoff 10 o'clock. Phil Snow will be on the call for that. We'll have the coverage. So I tell you what, for those that didn't believe, you better believe now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was that right? You know, the one of the best interviews I saw in college football, Deion Sanders said, wait a minute. Do you believe now? Well, you know, I was reading it. He goes, no, I read what you wrote. Do you believe now?
Right. Hey,
Yeah.
speaking of believing, Spike, what about the Detroit Lions last
How
night?
about them
Our
Lions, Spiker?
huh?
You know,
Man, oh,
I
man.
don't know who wrote the book, Rex Lindgren or Dan Campbell, but those guys came from the same school.
Yeah,
They
you gotta love
graduated
Dan
different
Campbell.
high schools
You
together.
gotta
yeah.
love him.
But you talk about parallel ministries and discipleships
Yep.
and the whole 9 yards. These guys, those two have it.
Yep.
And the Detroit Lion program maybe was mirrored right after,
Yeah.
right from Rex Lindgren, and now tossed forward to Casey and the entire staff. Boy, you gotta love that. I love that, Jake. Nice little comment. And the captain's been vocal tonight.
That's
Not
because
too
Kenny's
bad
not here
vocal.
heckling me.
Yeah. Kickoff all the way back.
Oh, he went in the end zone.
He all the way back to the goal line, returns right, and
Didn't he-
brought down right away. I believe his foot went
I
into
think
the
he had a
end
foot
zone.
in there.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? A foot?
And
Yeah.
let's
Foot goes
All
in?
he's got to do is break the plane.
Okay.
Was that 14? Great Garber?
Number 12. Oh, the tackle? Not
Yep.
sure.
All right. What a score. Tigers turn short.
Yeah. And it
Field
looks like
position.
Archbold's throwing in the towel here. I think they're running their JV squad out there.
42-14.
Yep. Tell you what, Liberty's made believers of people
I
tonight.
expected a win tonight. I did not expect it to be quite like this, guys. I did.
Boy, I'm too scared. I can never. I couldn't predict a win. I thought Liberty might be a little better, but boy, grinding into the line of scrimmage and not a whole lot there.
Where the front three of Liberty Center, that defensive line has proven a point tonight, guys.
Got some new faces coming in now.
Yeah, Kern, number 23, Kyler Kern in the lineup now.
Number 26, Tyler Roars, I see out there.
Yep, 40.
54, Landon Smith.
15,
That's
Noah
junior.
Hammondtree.
I think 40 is the other.
Senior.
Weaver.
40, Zach Weaver.
Yep, Zach Weaver.
And Pound straight ahead.
Jackson Bartell.
Spike, now you gotta start thinking about offense, defensive player of the game, and then the unit of the game. And we're gonna have a special sponsored event Tuesday. The unit of the game gets 10 pounds of Sattler meat chicken wings.
Wow.
10 pounds
Hey.
for them. They can eat it or they can share it.
I
I
like
bet they're not
that.
going to share it.
I like that.
All right, give up the middle, and the Tigers there. Number, I didn't get the second. It was 70-something.
Yeah,
Big
70
play
something,
there.
and then Jackson Bartell
Yep,
17 as
yep.
well. It's 2 tackles in his short time in there.
Flying
Flying around a little
who's
bit.
in there? The big number
79 was it, maybe, Spike?
It was Lewis Collins or Clayton O'Neill,
Clayton
78
O'Neill.
or 79. Which
Clayton
one
O'Neill,
was
I
it?
believe.
He made a man's tackle. I'm sorry, I didn't get exactly. There's
3:13 left in the game. Archbold's going to punt, maybe. 4th down and 1.
Tyler Rohr's back.
Tyler Rohr's, yeah. Standing at his 35-yard line. Now they're going to whistle it dead. 3 minutes left. 42-14. Wow, Liberty Center found a different way to win this game. Wouldn't you agree they dominated the line of scrimmage?
Yes.
But yet Archbold found a way to hang tough. They were always in there with that long bomb, but Liberty turned so many big plays into scores.
Yes, they did.
Incredible. I'm just shocked at just how they've done it. Low or a high short
got him.
punt. That takes a bounce. And
A lot like last week, Spike. You know, that game felt worse than it was against Otsego because of some of the penalties that restricted us. I think we had 2 touchdowns called back.
Yep.
Same thing this week. Some of these penalties really started to mount.
Wow.
And I think this game could have got worse. You know, if it wasn't for some of those penalties that really had a lot of yardage
Well, and
with them.
You know, 2 big plays for the Blue Streaks.
That's right.
2.
Kick off, and then the punt return.
In the punt return.
Yep.
2. And, other than that, Liberty's dominated. I think the line of scrimmage has just belonged to Liberty. That first drive, I really think, set the tone.
Yep.
All right. Gibbs
Roars.
had running room there. Let's see that.
21.
Number 21, Ted Wyram.
Oh, Wyram back. I'm sorry.
I love that name.
Good run there by
Wyram
Ted.
Back. I love that toughness.
And you got the JV squad in there right now with Smith at quarterback, Wyram back, and I think
Bucky
probably
Barrett,
Thomas.
eat your heart out, baby. You
Thomas
could have been
Moeller
here,
at-
but you're on assignment. I get it.
Wyram back and
Moeller in the backfield.
Moeller in the backfield. That'll be
Kick
Moeller.
around the outside. Moeller cuts it up
Cut.
against the grain, dives forward, and
Good
powers
cut.
across or down across the 40 to the 38.
2:13 left here in the 4th. Liberty up 42-14. And, guys, you can pretty much give your name to you-know-who, Spike.
Yeah, give your name to the clerk.
Stay tuned as we'll have the KK Collision post-game show.
JTO crew hustling off the field. Pitch sweep, kicks it outside, looking for room. There's a flag on
Ty
the play.
Jackson.
Pickup of about 5. That might be coming back.
Nice run by Ty Jackson there.
Whoa, Jackson.
We're about a minute and a half away from the end of this.
And another penalty on Liberty Center. I'll tell you, I would not want to be at practice or in that room tomorrow. Spike, you will be. Tuesday,
I'll go to
Tuesday at 6:30, guys. We're probably going to do a Facebook Live to present the prize for the unit of the game. And
Is that the chicken? Is that the chicken wing?
that's that 10 pounds.
Man, I'll tell you what.
Wing.
10 pounds of chicken wings.
Who's going to be the kings of the wings?
That sounds pretty
Kings
good
of
right
the
now.
Wings.
Sounds
Boy,
pretty
that's a good little.
The Spike Whitman Unit of the Game Award. You get a chicken wing, and you get a chicken wing. Orth,
Wow.
number 28.
Work
Good run.
pound forward.
good
Picks
run.
up tough 5 yards on the play. Clock now running at a minute and 14 seconds.
.104 left. Clock is running here Yeah, and Liberty's going to take home this victory, I tell you. I can't say enough about do you believe now?
Yeah. Great showing.
John Fryman called this right before the game started.
Yep.
The line of scrimmage was going to call it.
All right,
Johnny
Mason
was right
Smith
on.
has been our quarterback here in this fourth quarter, and he'll take a knee. And this is truly what they call
And they don't have to snap the ball again,
formation.
guys. Yep. And
that's right. The play clock 2 seconds longer, and that'll be the final play of the game. I cannot express how much I am just amazed at what we saw tonight. Liberty Center was within an eyelash of a total domination. They owned the game, but it was so close. The only thing that kept Archbold in there was the threat of the long bomb, a completion or two, but some incredible defensive back stuff. The two big plays on special teams.
Yep.
But Jiggs, I mean, tell us about it.
Just a great performance offensively. Obviously, we controlled the line of scrimmage all night. We ran the ball with success, and defensively, we eliminated the big play, and they couldn't get the run game going. They just had no success, no sustained success running the ball. And when Liberty Center can pin back on you, you can't run, and they can dial up some blitzes in the pass game, and our secondary is starting to play the way they are, we're going to be tough to stop. And we turned them over a couple times tonight with interceptions.
Yes.
Getting pressure on Brenner, him making bad decisions because of that. And just an all across the board, a great showing. Special teams, obviously, we gave up the kickoff and then the punt return. But other than that, pretty clean game, and other than the penalties, pretty clean game by Liberty Center.
Oh, yeah, and there wasn't a lot of that Chigamaroo and Chumbalaya and all that.
The what?
Crap.
The what?
Chingaroo and Chumbalaya.
All right, well, it is the final. Liberty Center 42, the Archbold Blue Streaks 14 here from the Archbold Blue Streak Stadium. And Spike will go into the KK Collision post-game show. KK Collision, leader in auto repair industry that's been in Northwest Ohio for 27 years. And, I thought Kyle's only about 30, isn't he? So he was out there with his Tinker toy hammer and fixing cars. But tell you what, 27 years providing high-quality automotive service in Liberty Center. And, guys, let's talk a little bit about the offensive player of the game. Liberty Center, the line dominated. The yardage we dominated. We had some good runs. Quarterback play was good. We had some. Spike, give me a name.
It was solid. I mean, it was a very solid game.
I thought we get the same solid effort out of our two running backs, the Cruz boys.
Yep.
We get Amstutz, who is a mastermind at composure, at execution, at reading and seeing the field. But I thought tonight, against this highly heralded, the trench work of Archbold on both sides of the ball, highly renowned. These guys are 3-year players. To me, I thought Landon Bockelman, the way he managed to really dominate the game tonight, I would consider him as the offensive player of the game.
Yeah,
Okay.
Spike, I think that's a good pick. I mean, the offensive line in general tonight, I mean, there were a lot of big holes, and it was no small task with Archbold's up front. They were very solid, good linebackers. These are, like you said, 3-year starters, so it was no small task, and there were big holes tonight.
Yep.
Backs running free.
Yep.
So, I can't give it to the entire offensive line.
Well, we can give it to the unit of the game, but we need to pick an individual.
I thought Baki both sides of the ball.
Yeah, you're right.
He was just so.
I'm good with Bachman on offense because I got a different guy for defense, so I'll go with Landon Bachman as well.
All right, I'm agreeing. Landon Bockelman is the offensive player of the game here from Blue Streak Stadium, and now let's move to the defensive player. Jiggs, you?
Yeah, I standing out is Cam Colley. I mean, he had the interception return for a touchdown in a big moment. Not just the return, but in a big moment. I mean, Archbold was starting to get some momentum. You remember it was 14-7. They were driving. Cam steps in front of one, takes it to the house, and then obviously the punt return for a touchdown as well. I'll group that in, I guess, with the defense. I'm going to say Cam Colley for my defensive.
Well, an old Motown song. I second that emotion. Woo. I like that.
I don't even know what to say after that.
The miracles are
Yeah, I'm going to go with Cam Colley, too. I think the key to that, Brian, you said it. Archbold was on the drive, had the ball at the beginning of the second half.
Getting momentum.
The score was close.
Yep.
They were driving.
Yep.
They were driving. And Cam Colley, the second pick six in the number of weeks. So the defensive player of the game goes to Cam Colley.
Good job, Cammy.
All right, Spike.
Okay.
We're going to talk unit of the game. Who's the king of the wings this
All
week?
right. I thought I had it picked out in the first half. And then when all the crazy events of the second half came in, one thing stood out to me that it was all good, but one unit I thought stood out for the entire game, and that was the defensive line. I would, and it was tight. I loved what the offensive line did tonight, but the defensive line spearheaded on a defensive attack that held Archbold to no yardage, really, a few in the air, but they stopped the running game all night, and that's who I like. Did we get a Kyle?
No, Kyle didn't vote yet, but I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to go with that line also. I'm going to tell you what, and I said this, and I kind of get on a little soapbox type thing here, but all the papers, all the prognosticators, all the people said Archbold's 300, 310, 330. They're big.
Yes.
They've been pushing people around. They're an immovable object. Not so much.
Yeah.
Liberty Center handled it. Bockelman, Navarre, Zeider. Wow.
Yep.
Yes.
You want to. I'll put my three guys up against your five guys, and we won.
Yes.
Well, and that was one of the keys of the game, right? Making Brenner uncomfortable in the pocket tonight, and he will make mistakes, and he threw two picks because of that, and that was a big reason why.
And you talk about no run game, so it made them one-dimensional, and they weren't successful at it. Both touchdowns on big plays, that run back and that interception. So, they really shut down the regular Archbold offense, and I think right then and there, that line of scrimmage was just dominated by the front three and the platoon of other guys that come in.
Yep.
And hey, Hunter Spangler
big play
is
tonight.
becoming a man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Of course, he's bigger than me. I call him a man when I see him. But I tell you what, he has now come into his own.
Yep.
And like I said, I think Casey was very high on him. He's at 230 pounds. He plays at 250. He runs at 210.
Yeah.
We saw that tonight from Hunter Spangler.
Made a strip tonight, had a strip fumble, and he did.
So, Spike, who's your king of the wings, baby?
It's the defensive line.
Defensive line.
I like it.
You get a chicken wing. The king of the wings will be delivering 10 pounds of chicken wings, and we're going to do a Facebook Live video, and we appreciate that. But this post-game show was sponsored by KK Collision, and again, Kyle's been in the business helping all of us in our neighborhood, and then some for 27 years. So once again, the offensive player of the year, could be offensive player of the year in this case, but offensive player of the game landed Bockelman. Defensive player, no chance of anybody else getting this other than Cam Colley with his big plays. And the unit of the game is those dirt diggers in the trenches, the defensive line. And you guys will be the king of the wings on Tuesday night. We'll do a Facebook Live event. Check out our Facebook. So, Spike, what more can we say? 42-14, Liberty Center with a dominating.
Tiger football fans was a statement game. It doesn't have to be to the world because nobody else cares but Liberty Center. But they have proven now to themselves that they come up against the best, and they dominated the game tonight. Done in true Tiger fashion. Hardcore, hard-nosed, rock 'em, sock 'em, action football, and Liberty Center was full of that tonight. So for Dan Kessler, Captain Bly with his many quotes and comments and very pointed objectives. A wonderful job by Jiggs Babcock Brian.
Can we still call you
Thanks, Mike.
Jigs?
Yeah,
Can
we
we
bring
still
it.
call
That's
you
still.
Jigs?
That's still.
Where did
sticks.
that nickname come from?
You know,
Before we sign off.
my dad gave it to me a long time ago when I was real young.
He was a
It's
dancer.
a long story.
He was a dancer. He
It was-
did the jig.
yeah, something like that. But it's just stuck, and so I'm
All
good.
right.
You guys want to
All
use it?
right,
Use it.
That was just automatic for me. Anyway, with all of that malarkey passed around and the King of the Wings
Give
announced
him one
again-
last good one, Spike.
What?
Give him a Spike statement. It's get us
I'm
kicked out.
Speechless.
Get us kicked out, Spike.
Well, I could give you a great big saccarino, but we had to hold it under wraps. Anyway, forget about that. It's all about the Liberty Center Tiger football team and their pointed date with destiny, perhaps, as they continue to roll on. So, 42-14 over the Blue Streaks. And with that, everybody, it's good night and good Tiger sports.